Where did you grow up?
I grew up in a little village called Fakenham in England.
Sorry.
Sounds ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Fakenham is
Yeah.
like...
Why do you look at me?
No, come on. You can't tell me you didn't enjoy that. Fakenham. You seem like you're from Fakenham. In fact, from now on, I'm going to say that about you. My friend Eugene from Fakenham. You've been Fakenham my whole life. You're a Fakenham if ever I saw one.
As you say this, I can't wait to clip that for my mum and dad. Trevor Noah saying Fakenham. I'm cooked here. I'm done. I'm happy.
This is What Now with Trevor Noah. Solitary athletes, it's sort of like they are paying for their wife to be able to be their companion in the world so that it's not as solitary anymore.
Yes.
So now when you're riding a bike in the mountains, preparing for during the off season,
Yes.
you're not alone.
Yes.
And then when you have to fly to the Alps to go and ski every day to prepare for the thing, you're not alone. And that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the fundamental truth is, if she has to work,
She won't be there.
she just won't be there. And then you know what it was like, comedy on the road.
Yeah.
That was not
Lonely.
Yeah, it's the amount of comedians who committed
suck.
suicide in like a random hotel room somewhere.
Jesus.
It's actually like a really high number.
Yeah.
If you look at the industry, it would always be like random comedian dead by
Overdose.
themselves.
Yeah.
It's always them alone.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
So I can see that where it's like it's more them going. I'm like sort of paying for her to be able to do this. Let's go.
I suppose it changes when they have kids as well, because then what do they bring the kids with them as well?
Yeah,
Or
they do.
what? They do.
They do. Yeah.
Oh, shit,
The kids
okay.
live on the road with them.
Yeah.
Also, remember
crazy.
that most of them started being on the road when they were 13, 14.
Yeah,
They had to get out of school.
That's all they know.
Yeah.
That's all they know.
Yeah.
They always, all of them say one thing. I missed out on my matric dance. I missed out on university. I don't know what it's like. So they always say they look at their old friends as a distant memory. Like
That's interesting.
like they think when they were 13, their life stopped when they were 13 having school lunches. And all of a sudden, all of them have a common story. The parent came to school, spoke to the principal. Then the principal was like, yeah, I'm sure you can. Then they never saw their friends again. And all of a sudden, they were in a camp. They were wearing sponsored clothes. They were going downhill. They were surfing. They were doing all of this. And they've never returned again. So through their wives, they get to live vicariously, They get to hear about how is it when you are at and. But most of them don't also know how to be parents.
Right.
Because they're strangers to their kids.
what would
The biggest
they-
fear of retirement is, what am I going to do when I... Off-season is a torture when the kids get older. Because they think, what am I going to say to this person? We don't know the routine. He or she doesn't know. I'm a stranger. I show up and they go,
Fascinating.
what are you doing? Yeah.
At least if you've got that like Red Bull sponsorship, you got money. Whereas with like the Olympic athletes, that it seems like
They
got no money either.
that might be for me the most depressing trajectory.
Yeah.
Olympic
athletes,
Yeah.
because most of them don't get anything in that way.
Yeah.
Yes.
They don't get the endorsement deals.
No.
Yeah.
They don't get the ad campaigns. They don't get the reward money. They don't get anything.
Yes.
It's almost worse for the ones that like win the gold or something. But like those like golds that mean
Skeet shooting.
I must never hear you say that.
you see,
You said, "Skeet shooting." Get in there.
I've said get in there twice today. Ekatike number 1, Ekatike 60th minute. Get in there.
Oh, when he had the assist from Salah?
Yeah, it's a good goal. It's a nice goal.
you, my
Do you have something to say to me, Trevor?
You know who you are.
Who am I?
You're the
Who
great.
am I?
You're the great Gatsby of. You're the great Gatsby of football.
Skeet shooting.
No, of football. Because Eugene knows nothing about football, and his greatest joy is acting like he's fully invested in it, and then like he'll absorb everything we say, and then first he'll like throw it back at
Parrot
us.
a little thing back.
Oh,
parrot it.
but like impeccably, and he'll just. I remember the first times he did it, I didn't pick it up. So you'd say something, And then someone would go like, they'd be like, man, today's game. They'd be like, Soboslai. And then they'd be like, dude, Soboslai. And then they would just go off. They'd be like, man, I just don't get what it. And then like the last thing, be like, why is he on the right? Then Eugene's like, well, why is he on the right?
Those are all valid questions.
And you'd
Yeah,
watch
it's true. I mean, I'm just saying it. You're talking sense. Yeah, why is he on the right? We need him in the middle. Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
You'd watch people.
Always.
You'd watch people have a conversation by themselves, just prodded on by Eugene, just prodding him on, just prodding him on.
It's just happened.
Oh,
You just
man.
got me.
Yeah.
He's fantastic at it.
I just started because I've been living there lately 2 years now, and I like love sports, so I'll watch anything. But
You're
but
one
I'm-
of those people.
No, well, kind of. But I love football. I
Yes,
love
yes.
cricket, which is why I asked, because I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
like, it's interesting. I don't watch much of it, but I watch like the England national team.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't watch much else. Like I'm not watching like Indian Premier League, and like if it's on, great. But I started watching the Knicks this year because
Basketball
of the
team.
playoffs.
Yeah.
It was amazing. That felt like, okay, I get it. And watching basketball without ever properly having people around me who know what's going on, you don't understand where the
But I feel like
jeopardy
that's
is.
all sports.
Yeah.
I feel like that's all sports.
And the story, you need a story. You
Yeah,
need to,
yeah.
you need that.
That's good.
Yeah, and it was like that was cool. I went last week. This week, when was it? Monday. Last
game?
Monday. Yeah. I went to Knicks, and there's some terrible team who all looked about 14 years old. They beat them. North Carolina,
I guess. I don't know.
South Carolina.
I don't keep up at all.
It was sick. It was great.
I don't
but it's-
keep up at all.
It was an accident. I was like, oh, I'll probably like baseball. It hasn't happened. Like, oh, maybe I'll like hockey.
No, but if you like cricket,
like,
if you like cricket, I think you will like baseball.
yeah.
So when I've always, I don't even think I haven't liked baseball. I've just been like, what is the point of this? What are we
Yeah.
doing here? When I went to a baseball game recently, I had a friend who came and sat with me he would just happen to be at the game coincidentally.
Right.
And then he came and he said, I was like, oh, what are you doing here? And then he's like, so do you know what's happened? Score was 0-0. We're in like the, I don't know, 7th inning or something. Nothing was moving. I was just like, what are we doing here, guys?
Yeah.
And then he sat down. He's like, man, what a great game, right? And I was like, man, sorry, I don't. I was like,
It's 0-0.
Not happening.
but more than 0-0, because like, you know, like 0-0 in soccer or in football for me has a lot of like, oh,
Yeah, yeah.
oh,
Yeah,
it's a lot of
anything can happen.
tension.
Yeah, yeah.
oh,
Because you're
oh.
invested, and
Yeah.
you get
And
how
also depending on where the time is.
where
Yes,
the jeopardy
exactly,
exists.
exactly.
Yeah, the jeopardy.
So
I
now
like that.
he came and introduced that all to me. So he's like, okay, so you see this pitcher right now, he's getting close to his 100th pitch. And so now they're trying to wear him out and get him to 100 pitches, because once he gets to 100 pitches, then they have to bring in the new pitcher.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And you see exactly, that's what I mean. I didn't
That's
know any of this
interesting.
stuff. So then
Thank
I
you very
realized
much.
baseball is all a
wanna
game of
sleep?
like,
No, I'm good. Good. Thank you.
baseball is almost like a. Have you ever played those games? They're normally mobile games, but I used to play them back in the day on computer as well, where you were like chipping away at something, chipping away at something, chipping away at something. Then the wall bursts, and then it's like now the war starts.
Or
Yeah, right,
or
right,
those
right,
where the
yeah.
where you hit
Actually-
the ball and then the balls get increased.
Actually, yeah. Or think of it this way: like think of a
Yeah, yeah.
TV show, right?
Uh-huh.
Sometimes you'll watch a great show where it's like a Game of Thrones or one of those, and if you don't know the show, like 6 episodes can be about what's going to happen in the war.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Every episode is just people looking at maps. My
Plotting.
lord, my lord, if we assail their forces from this direction, my lord, then it should be easier. Oh, we're never going to get through them there. What do you mean? And like, you don't know that show.
Yeah, your show sucks.
You're like, this is terrible. What is happening? Nothing's
Yeah,
happening.
yeah.
Yes.
Nothing's
Makes so much
happening.
sense. Yeah.
But to your point, because you know the jeopardy, you're like, oh man, what are they going to do? Are they going to
Yeah.
go here? Are they going to?
Yeah,
That's baseball.
Yeah.
So baseball is one of the sports where if you don't understand the jeopardy,
Yeah.
You're wasting
I
your
don't
time.
think you can understand I don't think you can appreciate the sport, because unlike basketball, unlike other sports where it's like, oh, ball goes there, in, ball goes there, in, ball goes there, in.
Yeah.
No, baseball is like, oh, what are they going to do? Are they now going to put him in? And, a right-hander throwing to a left batsmen.
Right, yeah,
This is, it's going to be like this stressful. What are we? Oh. And there's this whole tipping point.
Jeopardy.
I didn't know this before. There's a whole tipping point where when the pitcher gets 100 pitches is basically
I had no idea about that. I had no idea.
So you
That
put your
makes
best, you put your
sense.
best pitcher in.
Yeah.
You try and get as many outs as possible in as few pitches as
You wear them
possible.
down.
But if you get to 100 pitches, you like sort of have to take them out.
Wow. That's
Or they have to
interesting.
leave at 100.
Yeah, because they have to go rest their arm.
It's like an Uber driver. So after 12 hours,
Oh, is that right?
yes, they have
go
to.
longer than
No, you
12
can't.
hours.
After 12 hours, like, look, you've done your best, okay? Dropped off a few grannies, 2 drunk people. This is it for you. And then
And so you gotta take them and you gotta
that kicks you out after that.
you gotta take the person and then rest and then.
And then you get the really shit Uber driver in.
Yeah.
But that's basically No, but that's basically what happened. Then apparently the drop off. So because I was confused by that, but the drop off to the second pitcher is apparently quite high because all the best pitchers are on a
They
team.
want they want to all be
Yeah,
the
they're the
main
best
guy.
pitcher.
It's like a
So the
goalkeeper
drop off
or
to the
something.
second one is like they're way more hittable. They were like, this is where the home runs are going to come
I
now. This is
see.
where the ball.
Makes sense.
That's where the scoring is supposed to sort of happen. So it becomes this tactical game of like, when do you switch your pitches? When do you not switch your pitches? How you know? And then just because that guy came in and introduced it to me, I was like,
to
okay,
understand the tension.
okay,
I see.
now I understand the tension.
Yeah.
Now
That makes
I
total
get it.
sense.
Now I get why everyone in the stadium is like breathing these collective like,
Oh, yeah. So the only time baseball became fun is when it turned into the Kardashians. For
That's one way to put it.
It became dramatic. There was a lot of tension.
I
Or-
had,
People
or
were
rather
being worn out.
when someone showed me that it was the Kardashians.
Ah.
It didn't turn into.
You know, if there's one thing I want, have you been to the Super Bowl?
no.
I want to do that.
You want to go to the Super Bowl?
Yeah, but not
Why?
for the football, for the pomp and ceremony.
It's a thing.
How's that
It's a
accent?
thing. Yeah, I liked it.
pomp
I mean,
and
it didn't
ceremony.
even. It didn't flag up.
You
for me
didn't, you
at
didn't
all.
flinch once,
No,
no?
I didn't flinch.
But Oobah, welcome, man. Welcome,
thank
welcome
you.
to the podcast.
I should
This
take
is
this off the table.
no.
No,
What do you mean?
please.
Why?
It's okay.
What, you gonna drink from the floor?
Well, yeah, I was a couple of.
You're just gonna
seasons
like, just like through your sleeve. No, man. Can I tell you? You're one of those. You know when you form an idea of somebody in your mind before
Yeah.
you meet them.
Yeah.
You're one of those people where the first time I heard about you, I was just like, wait, who is this person? Because the first time I heard about you, it's when you created the world's most popular restaurant that no one could get into.
Yeah, yeah.
No one could visit. Everyone wanted to go. Like it was number one on TripAdvisor. Everyone in the world was like, "You've got to go to this restaurant. It's the greatest restaurant." It had like how many thousand reviews at one point?
It was actually that many, but it was more the algorithmic hack.
Oh
but
yeah. Like it had put it at the top of the thing.
Exactly, yeah. It was enough, and they were done at the right time, and that was an accident. I wasn't being clever, but yeah.
Accident.
Well, no, it wasn't, but it was. I was lucky, tremendously lucky that it worked. I think. So I'm saying, like, I don't.
Yeah.
think, the fact that it actually. I mean, I'm interrupting you.
No,
so-
you're not.
Uh,
You can't interrupt me. It's
No,
your story.
Trust
no,
me.
I just
Trust me. You can't.
can't interrupt. Okay, I need to see. I need to understand where the Jeopardy is. So I need to know.
Din, din,
I'm
din,
getting
din,
into
din,
it.
din.
Yeah, no, I mean that. Yeah, I mean you said that was the first time I think anybody heard of me. I think
Yeah.
at all. It was, yeah, tremendously lucky. Like it was kind of one of those things where it was like this like idea that was like I was doing on the side of other ideas. And I
Yeah.
was like, okay, I'm going to slowly build this up, and the longer it went on, the more silly it got, and the momentum.
life.
Yeah, the more people bought into it, and I was like, well, at some point, someone's going to knock on my door and be like, what are you doing, you child? You know, and I was going to get in trouble, and it would be taken down, or what? I just didn't think. I thought at some point it would go wrong. We're presuming now that the viewer understands what the hell I'm talking about.
Oh
so
yeah,
I
we'll
feel-
give them a little context.
Yeah,
That'll be
yeah.
fine. But for those who don't know, it was basically you created a fake restaurant
Yeah,
in London, and it was a place that everyone was dying to go to. And then at some point, publications started picking it up, and they were like, "Oh, the best restaurant in London that you can't get into it." And then they wanted to cover it, and then publicists wanted to be a
Yeah.
part of it, and it was a whole thing. And it becomes this whole world. And then I think at some point you did because it didn't exist, right?
Yeah,
If I
it
understand.
was completely made up.
Yeah,
so.
you created this fake world.
I'm so into this.
Yeah, this is what I love. This is why.
high for me. I'm in.
So I'll tell you. People always go like, "Why do you have somebody on?"
Yeah.
Through and through, for me, you made me realize. So you live my dream. That's why you're here.
Wow.
Genuinely, you live my dream. And I'll tell you what, because my dream has always been to be like a massive like fraudster. But then I go, you go to jail.
Yeah.
And then you do it, and I was like, oh, there's a way to do it and not go to jail.
It's called being white, man.
Touché. Because I was like, this to me is fraud. This seems like massive fraud.
Yeah.
But if you film it, and if you have a camera where you're like, so I'm gonna do this fraud, then now it's a prank.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's in line between fraud and a prank. That's a
Hey, my friend,
that's a good one.
yeah,
It's a loophole.
yeah. The loophole is you got to say ahead of time to a camera,
Oh, it's like
hey guys, this is so day one of planning this prank. Then it's not fraud.
so when it's like, oh yeah. So let me get
Exactly.
this right. So
Yeah.
if you are
Move your thing there so Hannes doesn't shame.
if there's a camera and then you're just talking to it,
yeah.
then it's a diary confession.
Yes,
thing.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
But if there's
It's
a cop
performance
behind it, it's a
art.
Yeah, no.
deposition.
That's the difference. Basically, it's who brings the camera. If you bring the camera,
It's a porn. So
you're not wrong. If you bring a camera, it's a porn. If someone else brings the camera, it's a sex tape.
Yeah. And that's against the law.
Yes, you see.
Which
so,
one?
but like, so let's talk through this, and then I want to get into like how you even get into this world.
Yeah.
You have the number one. Talk me through how you start the scam. Like, where did you even begin the idea of I'm going to create the world's most popular restaurant that doesn't actually exist, but gets all these reviews and then gets written about, and then people want to pay exorbitant amounts of money to come to, but they've never been to it. Like, because there's a few things that you do here. You encapsulate in one story hype. You encapsulate myth.
Confidence.
You encapsulate like just how we in the world all want things that aren't even real.
Yeah.
Right.
Because people were dying to go to this restaurant.
Yeah, yeah.
People were like, oh, when I go to London, like, you know where I wish I could go, but I can't get in. Oh, and the food is amazing. But it's not real. I was like, this man has tapped into every single thing that's sort of like wrong with the world. And not today, just like, it's sort of like the human brain. So walk us through how you created the greatest restaurants scam. How does it start?
So, yeah, I mean, I suppose that when I was younger, I used to work in sort of bars and restaurants and stuff
Okay.
like that. So I'd been in those contexts. I'd been...
Where was this, by the way? Where did you grow up?
I grew up in a little village called Fakenham in England. Yeah, I know.
Sorry.
Sounds ridiculous.
I'm
I
sorry.
know.
Fakenham is
Yeah.
like.
Why do you look at me?
No, come on. You can't tell me you didn't enjoy that. Fakenham. You seem like you're from Fakenham. In fact, from now on, I'm going to say that about you. My friend Eugene from Fakenham. You've been Fakenham my whole life. You're a Fakenham if ever I saw one.
As you're saying this, I can't wait to clip that for my mum and dad. Trevor Noah saying Fakenham. It's just, I'm cooked here. I'm done. I'm happy. No, I mean, so I grew up in the middle of nowhere, basically.
Yeah.
My mum's family have been there for hundreds of years. Got web toes to prove it and all that. No, not really, but may as well do. And then my dad's family are from Birmingham and Ireland, and like so, I grew up there. I'm the youngest of six, so sort of desperate for attention. That kind of type. We were sort of token working class family in a kind of village of like lots of very hello. How's it going there?
Also,
and
like a posh vibe.
Wow.
and then posh farmers.
You're right in the
Kind of
middle.
like, and then a lot of the people who you would have worked in the mills and stuff have moved a long time ago. But my mum's our family's still there, so it's like a fun environment to grow up in. And yeah, I suppose I just did I didn't go to college. I stayed in Fakenham way too long, and I would take jobs that I could get. And one of the first sort of set of jobs I would get was working in bars, working in restaurants, and in those contexts, I remember just hearing about TripAdvisor constantly and how if someone left a 1-star review, it would be a problem, for everyone. What happened last night? It would be like. It was a very serious platform.
It holds that much power.
Yeah,
I've sort of
definitely.
heard about this from the outside, but really,
Yeah.
so if you work in a food or beverage
Definitely.
establishment, if someone leaves a 1-star review, it shakes the place up.
It's still the same way. It's just I think it's migrated slightly. I think Google reviews is probably the number one now, I would say. But like, it's like when I was doing that, when I did that, TripAdvisor was the biggest tourist website on the planet.
Yeah.
I would say it's probably still
big.
probably one of the top
Yeah,
three
yeah,
or
it is.
something.
No, it is definitely.
But yeah, I mean, it still happens now. If someone leaves a 1-star review, it's on you. So it was interesting. Yeah. So,
Wait. So when they leave the 1-star, do they say it was him that I'm leaving the 1-star for? Or
well, that
because
does
of?
happen. Yeah, it does happen. Yeah.
It's like a daily petty version of the Michelin star.
Yeah,
It's terrible.
It really is.
Have you never read? I love reading Google
No, I
reviews.
don't.
Yeah,
I don't.
they're
read
No,
Google
literally, and then
reviews.
they'll
I've got Ryan.
they'll literally go. We do have Ryan. They'll literally go. They'll just be like, 1 star, and then I like reading the 1 stars because I go to leave 1 star for a place. Because remember, that's the lowest you can leave, basically.
Yeah.
Right? So you left 1 star.
Yes.
The worst experience you could possibly have.
Yes, this is the. So I want to know what the worst experience in your life could be.
So you go in
So
there.
I go read 1-star reviews.
Yeah.
I always want to read the 1-star reviews.
Yeah.
And then it's like, especially in a place that has like, let's say a place has an average of 4.6 or 4.7.
Then there's that one star.
Thousands of people have said this is 4.7 worthy.
Yeah.
And then someone has a 1-star. I'm like, okay, I want to know what happened in
Yeah.
your
What's
life.
happening?
The shop across the road.
And then you go in, and then
Competition.
you go in.
That definitely happens. Definitely.
Yes, because the number one whistleblowers in any situation are people who didn't get the
Competitors.
contract.
Oh,
Or the competition,
I
'cause-
like that.
Anyway,
Interesting.
Yeah.
continue now,
So then
1-star.
you'll go in, and then it'll sometimes be like great food, great ambiance, great atmosphere.
So compliments first.
yeah, all these things. Then it's like
reasonable. They're establishing that they're reasonable.
yes. I like this actually. I like this. Then they'll go like appetizers were a little expensive but still great, and then they'll be like Eugene, our server, totally unprofessional. Didn't like how he treated us. Should be fired.
Yeah.
Just like that.
That's it.
1-star.
1-star.
Yeah.
So I'm the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. I ended up. I actually, before I did the restaurant thing. So what happened was, so I had that little experience. 5-6 years pass. Then I start working as a writer, trying to work as a writer, to move to London.
Yeah.
Try and start hustling. Try and like, what can I get paid for? What gigs can I get paid for?
Yeah. I know this life.
And there was a freelance website, and it was called People Per Hour, and people would advertise like, writer, we need a writer to do X, Y, or Z. One of the gigs on there was writing fake 5-star reviews for restaurants to juice their ratings.
God loves you.
Yeah. So I started doing that, and I would just go on their website, go, all right, okay. Well, I went there. I had the whatever.
No, wait.
Other reviews.
Uber, you can't just skim over this because I'll tell you why. Because right now, what you're doing, I think for me, and I think other people, is you are exposing the very underpinnings of how like we think society works.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
No, because a lot of people people trust reviews.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? And more than that, people trust well-written reviews.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? So if you go on like Amazon
Yeah.
or if you go on TripAdvisor, you go on Google, you go on any of these, the better written the review, the more you trust it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not a regular user of drinking glasses. And so when I began this journey, I thought to myself, where would I find the right drinking glass? And you're like, oh, I'm in.
Yeah.
And now you're telling me that this is a freelance job that people get hired to do.
I mean, I would say now it's way more advanced than that. This is 8 years ago, 7 or 8 years ago. So I think that now the manipulation of it is far more sophisticated. I mean, we all know this, that our lives are curated by manipulated realities, aren't they? And then, people's decisions with my thing, which we're getting onto, was based on a false reality that had been constructed and sold to us as legitimate. And I think the reason why this ended up becoming this huge viral story, and that you saw it and everything, was like that it tapped into this whole thing about this, like, oh my God, it's like taking, what is it, the blue pill or the red pill? I don't know. I've lost track.
The red pill.
The red pill.
the
You
red
take
pill.
it,
You take
as
the
soon as
red
you have
pill.
it, and then you see how things work. And like, I don't know, now it's fascinating how many bots there are, how many things like that, how much of our online experience is falsified. I think back then, yeah, I was getting paid.
You were the bot.
I was the bot. I mean, look, I didn't do
know
this.
I never knew there were human bots. You're writing these fake reviews.
Yeah.
Right? You're in this world. What made you a good fake reviewer?
Willingness and openness to mistruths. No,
Oh man.
I don't know. I suppose. I mean, literally what I just said is true. Like, I think I'm a bullshitter at heart. My dad is a bullshitter. I actually, my great uncle, great granddad, moved to the US, right? Temporarily, came back, went back to Birmingham, England. He came here, and this is a real story. Came here and sold rabbit droppings, so rabbit shit, rolled in flour and sold as a medicine.
My man.
That's real. That I didn't know
My
about this.
man.
I did not know about this until this year.
It's
I was
in your
looking
DNA.
It's in there is rabbit shit in my DNA. I'm like, but in all honesty, like there was always like it felt, I suppose it felt faceless, and it felt. I didn't do loads of it. I'm not like I'm earning bank by writing these things.
How much did you earn per review?
£10. So
Oh,
what?
okay.
$13.50.
Yeah, no, I mean
Something
that's
like that.
£10.
8 years ago.
Yeah,
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
I think it was-
£10 per review. I would be pumping those. Did you have like a limit?
I would guess that I probably only wrote about 20 of them.
And then what happened?
Well, I mean, I just found other gigs. I was doing other things.
Okay.
But it was not like the main job that I had. I was in London. I'd just moved there, and I hadn't been to college. I had no reason to think I could be a writer, but I was trying to do stuff just get paid for it to legitimize it, and trying
Trevor,
to
you
do
have
something.
to love white confidence. Eh?
You truly do. Eh?
I was going to, but in the middle of writing, I realized I'm not qualified. But anyway, that didn't stop me.
It doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Come on, no. It's his medicine. Have a bit of that. Take the red pill. The brown. Take the brown pill.
With rabbit droppings. Okay, sorry.
No, it's true. No, you know what? You're absolutely right. Like, I mean, we grew up in a kind of like a weird kind of like as I said, we were kind of the weird kind of scumbag family in the village that everyone would throw their kids at. So all the rich kids would hang out at our house, and it was all loads of fun. But I was raised by my elder brothers, basically.
Wow.
Mum and dad were out. Mum was a nurse. Dad sold
Same.
records. Oh, really? Yeah.
Mum was a nurse. Yeah.
Yeah. So dad sold vinyl records on the markets and always had loads of office jobs. Mum was a nurse. There was loads of us, and it was sort of just like, it felt fun and naughty. And life, when it feels fun and naughty, is kind of always, I don't know. There was, I suppose I didn't engage with like the gravitas of what I was doing. I was lying in order to manipulate people's experiences, but I was being paid to do that.
Yeah.
But it didn't seem that unusual. But having worked in restaurants as well, I was like, this is crazy. And I was like, because wait there, I used to get told off if someone left a 1-star review. So like, I'm now in the environment is not trustworthy. It's so I suppose that stuck in my head, and what made me think about this was when you guys were talking about 1-star reviewers. So what happened was I started writing I doing internships at like websites, music websites generally. Started doing more gonzo journalism style stuff, kind of weird music reviews, weird stuff like that. And then eventually it led me to working with Vice, and that was that you remember Vice?
Yeah, right.
Still
Yeah.
love Vice.
Yeah. But like that then changed my life, and then I started making a living doing it. So then it's like I'd write 3 or 4 things a month, different weird things. And like one of the things I did on the journey to get into the fake restaurant was I wrote a piece about TripAdvisor's harshest reviewers.
Okay.
So I took them out for lunch. I contacted them and said, I'd love to go to lunch, because I wanted to understand the psychology of like, why would you go to a restaurant and just leave a 1-star review? Like, it's such a funny thing to do with your time, unless like you've been, uppercutted by the waiter or whatever. But like, it's such a weird thing to do with your time.
Well, that's your fault.
Yeah,
Come
it's
into,
Eugene
don't
again.
come to uppercuts if you don't want to get an uppercuts.
Pay extra for the uppercut there. Special interest. But like, so yeah, I took out these, it was actually 3 different guys. I took them all out and I reviewed them. So I reviewed them like a
That's
restaurant.
hilarious.
And I did that, and all of them were kind of very strange and quite evasive and complicated. One of them was one of the funniest guys I've ever met in my life, and he made me take him to the poshest restaurant in London, or one of them at the time, La Gavroche. And he went through the whole meal and he was complaining the whole time. It was like being with Larry David. He was just the whole time being like, excuse me, is that actually sniffing the wine, doubting the sommelier. And I have a high bar for shame, for like shame, public shame. But this guy was insane. Let me just get this right. I've talked about this in a while. But like, he said to me, it was like the whole time he complained, and I was like, this guy's fascinating. And he was like, the reason I do this is I'm like he saw himself as some like vanguard. I'm doing it for people,
for the
self-sacrifice. I'm doing it.
I'm holding the door.
And he's, yeah, exactly. At the end of the evening, I remember saying to him, so what do you think about La Gavroche? And he said, it's one of the best restaurants in the world. I was like, after spending 2 hours with him,
of him complaining through the whole
meal. It was
meal.
insane. And I was like, how many stars? He went, 3. And that was it.
For the best restaurant.
Yeah, exactly. So I'd been in those, like, that psychology of reviewers and reviewing was interesting to me. But then that, while I was doing that, I started thinking, that was when the idea for the restaurant kind of came. It all kind of fell together, and I knew I had to write 3 to 4 pieces for Vice a month, and The Guardian I was writing for a little bit. I kind of found a style, luckily, which was this kind of like gonzo style, social experiment-y style thing. Did another thing where I went door to door. I pretended I was joining the Jehovah's Witnesses.
Oh, nice.
And I went door to door and learned how they sell door to door.
How does that work? Because I don't know anybody who's opened the door.
Yeah.
Or like, how does that work?
Well,
I like that.
The numbers.
Open the door.
No, I don't. I genuinely don't.
It's the right question, because I was thinking the same thing. That's why I got interested in it. Because I'd been in a band and we'd failed, and I was like, it's so hard to sell a CD. It's like 2015, 16 this was, and I was like, no one will buy a CD. What do people want to buy less than a CD? A Jehovah's Witness at the door.
Yeah.
And I was like, if I could compete with them, this is all over the place. I'm sorry.
No, this is great.
But it's but basically what happened was I then started going around with them from door to door and building data, and how many people out of 100 doors would let them in.
Where did you find Jehovah's Witnesses that were looking for?
No, they found him, Eugene. Come on.
They found me.
That's how.
They saw a lapsed Catholic and they thought, opportunity. What's that medicine in his pocket?
It smells like.
But yeah, it was just like this. I was in South London, so there was loads of like new churches and stuff like that around there. It's very active religiously in South London, and so it was like I started going from door to door. I went to these seminars they had where they would be like, okay, and they would do like a role play, like you're in a.
Oh, so they teach you how to do that.
Oh. And then they'd be like, they'd go like,
okay, there it is.
So role playing now, pretend you're answering the door.
Go, Eugene.
So it's your house.
Yeah. Hello.
Oh, hello there.
Wait, you don't open your door. Are you talking through the door?
Yes, I've got ring doorbell.
I just want to make sure. Okay, sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead.
This was before.
I apologize.
Before ring doorbell.
This is before
when
ring.
your face was the camera.
Yeah, he said the CDs. He said the CDs.
Hello.
Hi there. Would you like to learn about God?
What about him?
No, listen. You need to learn about God. Stop. What went wrong there?
I'm still holding the door handle. No, I'm joking.
No, you were aggressive. You were you were too aggressive.
Yes.
Yeah, you were too aggressive.
Yes. Okay, great.
Yes.
So what could I have done differently?
I think what you could have done differently there is you could have asked him maybe if he has troubles in his life, or would he like to learn about the love of Jesus, or would he like to learn about something good? Or you've got to offer him something. I think.
Fantastic. So do you want to try?
So don't start with God.
Do you want to try the second
start with
attempt?
his son.
Do you think you could do better?
I was just watching. I can't. I don't think I can do better. I was just watching.
I can tell you now.
No.
He thinks he can do better.
No, I don't.
If he doesn't do this now, I'll be tortured with it the whole day. Trevor, you are Jehovah's
First,
Witness.
I want to see a better version.
Okay,
because he just gave me the feedback.
This is how it went, but I got excited about the idea of you doing it.
Me too. I was like,
that's how it should be. This is how it was.
Okay,
Right,
take two.
Okay.
Knock. Oh. Hello.
Oh, hello there. What a lovely day. How are you? Would you like to hear about the love of Jesus Christ? How are you feeling today?
Whew. Yeah. He loves me too?
He definitely loves you.
Although I'm not wearing pants right now as I opened it, he loves that.
He's got a lot of space in his heart.
Come in.
Come in. All right, so stop. That's fantastic. So that's basically what it was like. The seminars are kind of like that, with more nudity.
Don't go anywhere, because we got more What Now after this. You know what I love about spring? Everything just feels fresh again. The weather shifts, people start going outside more, and suddenly you feel like you should be eating something that didn't come out of a packet. That's why I like going to Whole Foods Market this time of year. Whole Foods Market is your go-to destination to celebrate the fresh flavors of spring, with seasonal produce at its juiciest, plus limited time flavors throughout the store. This is the time to get together and share vibrant finds with your loved ones. And you feel it as soon as you walk in. You've got organic bagged salad kits, fresh produce, potatoes, parsnips, radishes, spring onions, artichokes, all the things that make you feel like you've got your life together. And then, of course, you go in for that and you leave with things you didn't plan for, like a peach apricot rose Italian soda, or those 365 by Whole Foods Market strawberry pretzels that somehow disappear before you even get home. And if you're hosting, or even just showing up somewhere trying to impress people, the bakery has you covered. The mango yuzu chantilly cake, the strawberry shortcake, these are the kind of desserts where people don't ask questions, they just assume that you know what you're doing. And the nice thing is, there are deals throughout the store, especially on 365 brand items, so you can feel responsible while still treating yourself a little. Because that's really what spring is about, starting fresh and then rewarding yourself immediately. Enjoy the fresh flavors of spring and save at Whole Foods Markets. All right, Eugene, let's play a little game. Make something fun. 2 truths and a lie. Here we go. 1, I've had to tell a world leader that their fly was undone. 2, when getting dressed, I don't do sock, shoe, shoe. I do sock, shoe, sock, shoe. 3, I've been a Verizon customer for 11 years. What do you think?
Very confused. First of all, why would a world leader own a fly? Because those things just come uninvited. Secondly, lying to your friends is not cool. There's never been a game.
No, Eugene, a fly is for, like, the zip is what... And then it's not a lie. It's a game where I'm trying... It's like I give you information. Okay, I lied. All 3 are true, Eugene. And in case you were thinking, Verizon isn't as expensive as you think. In fact, if you bring in your AT&T or T-Mobile bill, they'll give you a better deal. And the reason I've been with them for this long is just because I travel so much. I need a network that's reliable. That's right, a better deal on the best network with the most ways to save on plans, streaming, and phone deals. Take your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to your local Verizon store today, get your better deal, and start saving for real. Based on Root Metrics' best overall mobile network performance, US second half 2025. All rights reserved. You must provide recent consumer mobile bill in the name of the person redeeming the deal. Additional terms, conditions, and restrictions apply. So, do you understand how 2 truths and do you understand it now?
I understand that you didn't have to lie first before telling me that Verizon is the best.
No, I wasn't lying. Eugene, it's not a lie. I wouldn't lie to you. It's a game. Okay, I'm sorry.
I lied.
This is great because you're showing me how, to pull off one of the greatest scams that's ever been pulled off, you needed to have all the tools.
Yeah.
Like your origin story. So
Nice.
you had it in your DNA, right? You got the grandfather who's like literally the snake oil salesman.
Yeah, genuinely,
okay?
yeah.
You've got like your dad's who's a bullshitter, but just like in life, he's because he's got it in him.
Yeah.
Okay. You're the runt of the litter. So you're like, how do I get attention? How do I make my way?
Yeah.
All right. So you got this vibe. Then you go to Jehovah's Witness training, the ultimate sales camp. So now you're learning how to sell people on a thing that they can't see. And like, you just have to get them to believe in it. And you know what I mean?
Yes.
And notoriously are not liked. And you meet the reviewers who teach you about reviewing and what reviewing is. So you got all of these pieces. And then you go, oh, okay, this is it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna launch my fake restaurant.
Yes. Yeah. So I basically just kind of had an idea, a thought about the platform that I knew that the reviews were, a lot of them could have been falsified. It was very easy to falsify.
Wait, I have
them.
one question before you get into that though.
Yeah.
I don't understand how you put the restaurant on TripAdvisor. Does nobody confirm these places exist or don't? How does that work?
So yeah, no, I'll tell you. But basically, like, I looked into it. So the reviews were very easy to leave. The accounts you can create them very easily.
Okay.
And then the restaurants themselves felt like something that would be impossible to falsify.
Yeah.
So I kind of just started trying it out. I was like, okay, so went on it, create a restaurant on TripAdvisor. What do I want as the name? So I was
What did you call it?
I was living in a garden shed at the time, at the back of someone's house. So I just moved to London, and it was like the only place I could afford. It was £800 a month, which is still not that cheap. But anyway, whatever. £800
Per
a month.
person. Okay,
just
sorry.
all of
sorry.
it. It's literally
it was a JetBlue.
Oh, so,
I just sorry. I'm so
no, it's good. It's good.
Say
it's good.
per person.
It was
Say per person.
per person. Oh, you're talking about the nothing beats a jet holiday. Yeah, that is absolutely hilarious. And so I called it the Shed at Dulwich. I was living in a garden shed in London at the time. Yeah, genuinely. You had to put like an address, so I just put the name of the road.
Okay.
And it didn't make you specify, and I was like, well, no one's going to know because I'm at the back as well. So it was like
you've got cover.
There's a load of people 6 people who lived in the house, the main house.
Yeah.
And then at the very back, I was living in a garden shed. And then what else? You needed like a mobile, so I bought like a kind of drug dealer phone.
I love it.
From the
Love it. Love it.
You're living.
Yeah. You need a website, and you need an email. That was easy to do. And I made this website with the help of my mate. So it was like all these photos on there that looked like gourmet food, and it looked like Michelin star quality food. But the images were actually like cropped versions of bigger images that, like, 6 months later, when this all went viral and came out, I revealed was like one of the meals that looked like a delicious meal was like an egg on my foot. And like another thing and another thing
Where
was
have
like,
you been all our lives?
it was like, you know, these urinal cakes you get, and that was
Yeah,
like,
no, come on.
made that look like a pan-fried scallop, and like had it with
look like a scallop.
yeah, it does. Put some honey on there, some stones from a fish tank, and like that was genuinely, it was like me and my mate Chris, and shaving foam. Or was it sea foam, like shaving foam?
Yeah.
There's me and my mate Chris, who I'd been working with for Vice. We used to have loads of fun doing these weird pieces. And I was like, come over and do this thing. It's not going to be paid. Because I was doing this on my own at the time. Vice weren't even aware that I was doing this, and for a while, actually. And yeah, that kind of, I sent all this stuff off to TripAdvisor. The kind of concept behind the restaurant was like, it was an appointment-only restaurant. Like, you can only get a table if you have to apply, and we'll like vet you, and we'll see what happens. It was like, that was kind of the concept. The meal, the menu was like you order moods at the shed, not meals. Like you have comfort or whatever. It's all like mood-based, which was just, I was just trying to think of wanky things that would like sound like.
I mean, it is brilliant though, because you know, this is the weird thing about a scam is oftentimes a scam is more well thought out than a real thing.
Yeah.
Because I'm listening to this and I'm like, I want to go to this restaurant.
Yeah,
even though I know it's a scam. What mood? Because think about how many times you go to a restaurant and you like, actually, it's the mood that I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Not the food. Like,
Yeah.
can I
Warmth.
specify? Yeah, I would like that actually.
Yeah. I mean,
That's a genius idea.
to be honest, another one of the things I was weirdly even thought about this in a while, but like I was also doing little reviews for a newsletter, you know, like a what's new in London newsletter.
Yeah.
They would send me to restaurants, so I was already getting a bit of seeing what it was like out
Right.
I remember going to this meal in London at this restaurant, and it was like it was small. It was like a taster menu, but it was like a 3D projection of like Marco Polo. Like, and it was so crap, and it was just like so all about the song and the dance and so, and like the food, you're getting like this much, like a pea every half an hour, and then you're back to watching Marco Polo dance around your plate.
Keston Blumenthal must never hear of you.
I think we'd make money, and maybe a deposition. But like, yeah, it was just so I'd already had that kind of like it was one of the many things I was trying to do to make a living and writing these food reviews, and it was sort of like exposed me to the bullshit.
Yeah.
And I was like,
So you just compounded all the bullshit on this thing. You're like, okay, one thing on top of this, on top of this, on top
any
of
good
this.
satire, and you'll know this from doing the Day Show and everything, is like any good it has to be monkey see, monkey do. It has to be.
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
It has to be what's going on out there in the world.
Yeah.
Like how do we take that to its sort of illogical conclusion? Like what? Okay, there's this Marco Polo restaurant. You know, it would be even more interesting if the restaurant didn't exist at all.
Yeah.
But this is all like, I have the privilege now of thinking about this project like this. At the time, I was just sort of putting it together and seeing what would work and expecting it to not work. So, like, I sent all that off, like all the idea of it, the concept, all that. Sent it off to TripAdvisor and expected it to not work, you know, to not go live. But it went live. No vetting, no verification. It was completely easy to do. I was live on the website, and that was when I was like, okay, I suppose I'll try and get some reviews for this now. So then I started contacting friends and family.
I hope you didn't call that other guy.
Which one?
Yeah, Mr. Bad Review guy.
Oh, him. Oh, no, he needs to be kept away from it. He needs to be kept away. I think he's spiritually the opposite to this thing. He sees it as his like greater cause in life. He was a sweetheart, but you know, horrendous to be around. But he, so I just started having people write these reviews, and I was getting family and friends roping them into it, implicating more people.
Nicely done.
That's another part.
Got to
of the
get
scam.
co-conspirators. That's right.
But I was filming little bits, you know, because I was mainly writing at the time. I wasn't doing documentaries yet.
Right.
I only went on to do those. So I just liked writing because it was really nice to write something. It's just you, it's your voice, you have an editor, you collaborate, and that's it.
Right.
Whereas when you're making TV, which I do now, there's 30, 40 of you, and that's great, but it's different. You know, it's different.
So everyone's jumping in.
Everyone's leaving these 5-star reviews.
Yeah.
We're going up the rankings. Feels surreal.
Oh, wait. So you start going up on the TripAdvisor rankings.
Yeah.
Is this that moment where you go like, oh shit, we're onto something?
Yes. Yeah, exactly. It was, we were number 18,000 out of 18,000 in London. And then slowly it was like, you know, within about 6 weeks, we were up to number 1,400 or something like that. And I was higher than my local restaurants in Dulwich where I was living. And I was like, that's bizarre. And but it felt like nothing. And then one day, the phone that I'd bought for the
drug dealer phone,
calls, and it's like an actual human on the other end of the phone, being like, "Oh, hello there. I know. I love the sound of your mood-based meal. Please, can I have an appointment this Friday or whatever?" And it was the first time that a real person was parroting the mythology to me, and. You know, I just said to him, "I'm sorry, we're fully booked for the next 6 weeks." Put the phone down.
That always gets them.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it genuinely does. It gets me. Like, this is it. It's like, I could have easily been on the other end of that phone. I'm not saying I'm better than that.
No,
you know what
we
I mean?
all are. That's what I mean. It's like, it's so funny how that, like, it always doesn't matter who you are.
Yeah.
Fully booked for when you find out the thing you want has been overly wanted and it's gone.
Yeah.
You can't stop pining. You can't stop thinking about it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fully booked for the next 6 weeks.
And that was like my mantra from then on. Just kept on saying
just fully booked for the next 6 weeks. Fully booked for the next 6 weeks. Fully booked.
Exactly. And it was like, you know, started out cute, few calls a day. I was getting emails. Then it's just keeps on going up and up and up. And the people that you tell no to are the ones who 100% will call back 10 times, you know. And it was just the momentum just started gathering. And that would be, so that's like 4 months in. Do you know what I mean? That's like been going on for 4 months. Slow drip of reviews, because I'm doing it while I'm having to make a living doing other things. Like, it's not like my mom and dad are paying for my rent and I can just sit there.
Yeah.
I'm working, and then I'm like,
scamming.
I need to do and scamming, scamming. No,
I like that.
But like, you know, it was like it just got more exciting the more it went on. Got more real. People like the local council being like, "We want to relocate you to an area we're gentrifying at reduced rates."
No
and all
ways!
this stuff.
Come on, what are you talking about?
People applying for jobs, things like that. Like it was very it showed how
the government is reaching out to you, and offering you tax incentives, but you don't exist.
I don't exist.
Can I tell you something?
You've exposed a lot about politics.
This is my thing.
And politicians.
This is what I mean about you, Oobah. Is like I don't think you understand what an impact you've had on my life from afar. because
Very kind.
you're the reason. Like Ryan, who's like sitting here, like Ryan, we'll always like try find food, and Ryan's like a super foodie guy. But one day, randomly, Ryan was like, I've started doing something crazy, and I think it was like after this, it was like, we just go to a place. We don't look at the reviews. We don't even look a place. We just go find a place near you. Walk in and eat the food. And then afterwards, look at the reviews.
Interesting.
You'll be shocked at how many times the review doesn't match up
with
how you felt about the
experience. Your personal experience.
Just your personal experience. But a lot of that came from you because we were like, wait. If you can create a whole fake world of the best food, then maybe there's also a fake world of the worst food.
Right.
Like maybe this place is getting shit reviews because people just don't like its vibe. They haven't got the mood right. They just walk in and eat the food. And then the second thing you did, like, and I didn't even know about the government side of it, is you just made me realize how much we all of it, like you said, no one's sort of better, how we all are so easily duped into accepting a version of reality that we like willingly, you know what I mean? Like the fact that the government contacted you and wanted to give you tax incentives, but had never been to the restaurant.
Never seen it.
Had never seen it, had never seen a tax return, had never nothing.
No.
Then I'm like, who else did they move there?
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Because you know, sometimes you in a neighborhood and then all of a sudden there's random restaurants that pop up and you're like, how did these restaurants get here?
Yeah.
You know, the first restaurants to move into a neighborhood.
Yeah.
And now it's just a bunch of Ubers, no offense.
Yeah.
Taking chances.
All
Do you
the
know
other,
what I mean?
Jehovah's Witnesses and me.
It's just like okay, now you're at like the peak because I mean, once government's calling you, it's on
People,
now.
I mean, I was getting called constantly, and what the clientele starts changing from like locals to then like tourists to then like influencers, different people from like kind of who were high up professionals, like having their teams reach out. People from
I'm
like
calling on behalf of.
Yeah, I mean, I think I can say it now because I don't think they exist anymore. But like Universal Studios wanted to bring their team over.
Hey,
it was kind of interesting. I've actually never said that before, so there you go. And it was like, it was fascinating having like, and we weren't even number one by that. We were getting into the top 50. You know, it was like, and I think the thing is like you said earlier about we had loads and loads of reviews. We actually didn't. We just all of our reviews were 5 stars. And there was the way the algorithm was functioning was like about almost like maybe it functioned like momentum. Because I was doing it part-time until it started getting crazy. I was like, okay, this is the best project ever. I need to land the plane on this thing. Who knows where it's going?
And you were like, I need to get into this restaurant.
6 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. And then it was just like one of those things where I was in a meeting actually with Vice's, we were talking about another project wanted me to do, and my phone kept ringing, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I was like,
telephone.
Yeah. And I was like, well, actually, I've been working on this other thing on the side. And they were like, oh, wow, this sounds like a epic
this sounds
film.
amazing.
And I was like, well, I've been filming me taking all the calls. I've been filming myself. So yeah, okay, sounds good. And I wanted to write about it anyway, but that was the first time where I was like, okay, maybe I could do on-camera stuff as well. This feels like it could be that. So then I started thinking about how I wanted to, what next? And I thought, if I can get as many people as possible to leave reviews in the next 2 weeks, maybe we'll make number one. Maybe we'll do that. It was like a final push. Then I started noticing things like people were leaving reviews who had never been there, who I didn't know. Not never been there. Of course, I've never been there. People, I'm drinking my own cool.
This is how big it is.
Yeah, I know. It's just, yeah.
Do you have a table for 2?
I've had the blue pill
in the next 6 weeks.
But like, there were people who were leaving reviews who I didn't make leave the review. So it was almost like they should have the kudos of having been there. And so, I reviewed that.
But they were leaving 5 stars.
Yes, exactly.
That's crazy, man.
We have reached peak.
Yeah. And it was, that was sort of, I think it was November 2017. That was then. And when we became, the number 1 rated restaurant.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah, it was crazy. I was remember checking the thing because we'd gone up. We were like top 3, and then we went down to number 8. And I was like, wow, what a story. Top 10.
Were you upset about the number 8?
No, I was just like, this is insane.
'Cause
And
you-
then it was number one, and I was like,
Then you
this
were
is
happy. Then you
absolute-
popped.
It was just like
The
one of
local
those-
councilman.
It's just like one of those moments where you know that your life's changed. It's not because it's such an insane thing that would happen. For it to happen was so crazy and so unlikely that I was like, oh, okay, this is probably the craziest thing that's ever going to happen to me.
You think you had maybe a little bit of an imposter syndrome, like you felt like you didn't deserve to be there?
Number one.
I thought I did. I thought I did. You know what?
You know those
You-
vibes,
you know-
really?
you know what, Trevor?
This is where.
Who are you?
I did think, no, I've worked hard to get here.
The investment, the website, the burner phone, the double
you
life.
did all the work.
Well, the funny thing is like, no, go on, sorry.
No. So now tips in. So now this is what I love, because I remember seeing the footage of the people, the night,
Yeah.
the night
Yeah.
itself. This was just like where I was like peak. So
So what is it supposed to be? Opening night?
Yeah, well,
So this is where you've changed another thing. I'll tell you what I've changed in my life.
Okay.
This literally happened because of you.
really?
Literally because of you. And then you'll tell the story of the night. So when I order food now, especially like in New York, but when I order food, I'll go to a restaurant, like I'll see any place, whatever it is. Restaurant is strong, so we could take out whatever the food is. But now I cross-reference it with like an actual map. So I'll go, it'll be like Eugene's rabbit cakes. And I'll be like, oh, this place looks good. But then I go to Google Maps or whatever.
Look.
And then I look for
The address
Eugene's
of
rabbit
Eugene's
cakes.
rabbit
right.
cakes, yeah.
And then if I, on the little street thing, I'll zoom in and I want to see this place exist.
yeah.
So you do the 360. and then-
Yo, let me tell you something. Try it. You're going to see how many times the place doesn't
Yeah,
exist.
that's true.
You're going to see.
But the food does.
You're going to see how many times.
Was it urine cakes all over again?
My friend, the place doesn't exist. Now, apparently, they came up with a term. They call it ghost kitchens.
Yeah.
I remember
yeah.
you told me something
The
about
place
this.
doesn't
Yeah, yeah.
exist. So
But
New
the food
York,
does.
London, even in South Africa, in
Yeah, yeah.
Johannesburg now, it started as well.
Yeah.
I'll be like, oh, this place looks good. The food looks good as
Yes.
well. That's the main thing.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
got
yeah.
good reviews.
Yeah.
And then I go, but where is this? I'm like,
I've never
Yeah,
seen this
yeah,
place.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, and then I look nowhere.
And they do this thing as well. They have 3 different names for the same menu.
Yeah.
It'd be like, oh, they'll try something that will get the like Zuma whatever
Yep.
girls, and then something will get millennial guys, whatever. They'll have different marketing schemes
Same
and
For the
exact
same thing.
Same place.
same menu. Yeah, yeah. That's
Same
that's
place.
Crazy.
And all of this changed because of what you did. So tell us about the night. Because now you took it like, I mean, you went fully into this thing. Because the reviews is like, all right, whatever. But then you're like, I'm going to make a real night and people are going to come to it.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I lived in it. It was like pretty much a shithole, and it was, it was
Which was number one.
It was number one. It was number one, and it was, it didn't look like the best restaurant in London. It looked like just a shack. And I kind of thought, I'd done so much, and I'd proven this big point about online reviewing, and like this platform was able to be manipulated. Wow, crazy! All these people want this thing, but there's almost like the most crazy thing would be to now try and get away with opening it for one night only and serving sort of real customers real food.
Yes.
So we, had a plan that was all just based around trying to control the environment, but also, so basically I had 8 real customers come in. I had a table of 2 who were 2 locals who'd been trying to get a table for 3 or 4 months. Had a table of 4 who were from a big fashion agency who I actually still can't mention because they weren't happy. And then
Try having shaving foam on urinal cake. See if you'll be happy.
It sounds like a Balenciaga piece, it's not them. But and then we had 2 American newlyweds from California.
Oh.
I know. But they were like, oh, they've been in Paris, eating on the banks of the Seine the night before.
Oh, man.
And then they were the final table of 2 they were going to be eating at the shed. So it's quite hard to I want to just try and capture this in like the best way possible. It was November. It was basically 8 years ago. It's just so fucking crazy. And it was cold. It was kind of wet. So I borrowed all of these heaters from my neighbors. I went around asking, do you mind if I borrow these for the night? Got them a bottle of wine. I borrowed, my friend ran a cafe around the corner, so I borrowed a load of the tables and the chairs. And then I had half of the people who were eating there were my friends who were pretending to that everything I served them was delicious and that they'd been loads of times completely normal. One of my friends actually, who now people might know her, but Lolly Adefope, she's in like Shrill, she's in Ghost, she was in the new Amandio Nucci. She's so funny, but like at the time she wasn't that famous, and she was one of the like local
Patrons.
celebrities who I had. Like she was she's one of the patrons, and it was the plan for them was to try and create the same psychological space as TripAdvisor. You know, you have people around you saying something's great. Will that deny you your own senses? Will that deny you your own, you know? And I hired this animal handler as well. So we had all these chickens running around. And the idea was that I mean, we never actually did this, but the idea was that we said to all the customers, you know, this is like lobsters at a fancy restaurant. Like you can pick a chicken and have
chicken
it,
and then we kill it live. And
yeah, exactly. But the whole point, and I had a table of two of my mates eating on the roof on a table, which looked like bizarre. It looked like something from a cartoon. But it was, the whole thing was like I was trying to short circuit their brain as much as possible to try and make them not engage with the reality. I was like, what,
you were separating them from
I
reality.
was trying, So the way that I did it as well is I met them on the street and blindfolded them and walked them 2 or 3 minutes down and then down this garden path, because I genuinely thought if they'd have seen the front of the house and they'd seen it, and we had it's all coming back to me now. I'm talking about it. We had a DJ playing the sound of a real restaurant as well, and he had a little sample pad that when he pressed it, it was the ding of a microwave. And the reason was because the food we were serving on the night was actually just microwavable TV dinners, but made like ready meals, but made to look like Michelin quality food. So we put like edible flowers, micro herbs on it. And I mean, it was like, it basically, we opened for about 3 hours, trying to think of like a way of encapsulating the vibe. It was weird. And I'll focus on the newlyweds, the ones who are on their honeymoon, because I remember they look kind of like they're kind of slightly confused, but I brought them out there like their meal, which was comfort, and it was like mac and cheese basically, but made to look like fancy mac and cheese. And I my friend Phoebe, who now weirdly again she writes on Ted Lasso.
Not anymore.
I like that it's like a super. I really do like that you created from this moment. It's like a
spin-offs.
Yeah, it's like an Ocean's 11 that then everyone went off to do their own thing now in the world.
Yeah. Because at the time it was like, I don't even know. We were all just like, this isn't going to work. And she was like, put it down. She was like, namaste, and then she like said she disappeared to a part of the restaurant. And we were watching them on, and I remember looking at the lady. So she's like this. She's the bride.
Yeah.
And she looks at the food, and she was saying before she's a foodie. She loves restaurants. She loves eating and all this stuff. She looks at the mac and cheese through a phone, and like pauses for a second. We're all just watching her, and then she just puts it away without taking a photo.
That's funny.
And it was like I was thinking that, you know, this isn't people aren't buying this. The jig is up.
Mm-hmm.
And it was actually one of the table of 4. I was seeing them out at the end of the night. You can ask more questions. It's just this is how this is all coming to me. And the guy like he didn't look happy. He put me to one side and he was like, so that about tonight, now that we've been once, is it going to be easier for us to book again next time? Which is like, that was like,
I was there.
Yeah, the big moment. It made me think, you know,
made you deserve number one.
No, it just made me think that we trust like online hype more than what we put in our mouths.
I trust all hype.
Yeah,
like we trust. I mean, that whole. You know, here's what I loved about the scam is. You didn't make me feel like any of those people were idiots.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? So even when you watch the footage, when you see what's happening, I genuinely didn't think to myself, what a bunch of idiots. No, it made me go, we take for granted how easily we all are manipulated. We also take for granted how we think of what is and what isn't in society.
Yeah.
and we're all just, you know what I mean? But you can take it, you can extrapolate it to everything. So politics is a simple example. You know, so people will go, oh yeah, this politician is really good, really smart. And then if somebody says it around you, then do you think that now? Or do you not think that the comments that you see on your social media, what are they making you think or not make you think? So when you go down, like you know how sometimes, I don't know if you've ever done this, I'll watch a video or I'll see a post or, you know, whatever it is. And I started saying to myself, I don't know where this came from. I started going, what do you think about this? Before I went to the comments. Because I realized at some point I was clicking on videos or posts, and then I would read the comments, and I realized the comments were slowly shaping what I was thinking about
100%.
it.
Yeah, definitely.
So I would watch a video that I would think is funny, and then I'll go into the comments and people are like, disgusting, I can't believe that this is not. Then I'd be like, yeah man, that wasn't nice. Or I'd watch another video and people, you know, I'd be like, oh man, I'd be like, that's cool. And people would be like, this is so lame. And I'd be like, yeah, that is lame.
Yeah.
But you don't realize how it's actually happening to you. Do you know what I mean? I think there are very few people. There's obviously people on the fringes, but I'm sure like most people don't realize that this is happening to them. Like you're saying, the yum around you.
Yeah.
You sit at a restaurant.
Yep.
The person next to you is like, oh my god, and you're like, what are they? Oh, that looks good. What are they having? You lean in and you're like, wait. Excuse me, what?
I'm that guy. Yeah. At a restaurant, if I'm undecided, I look at what looks good from other people's table, and I'll be like, what are they having? But I also have realized that if you watch on YouTube, if something's happening live and the comments are live as well, reading the comments while you're watching the content makes you realize we're not watching the same thing. Because also their comments are influenced by where they find themselves. Some people are watching from work. Yeah. Some people are just catching the tail end of it. Some people have been watching, they're fatigued. And then you're watching it going, that comment that you just made is totally unrelated to what's happening now. But everyone else who comments after it is like, yeah, you must be right. Because although we're using fake names when we're making comments, our opinions are real. But they're not factual.
Then it gets interesting around how many, I mean, I mentioned it slightly earlier and it's 100% true, how many bots are now used on social media. How many?
Isn't it like 40% now? Is it 40 or?
I don't know the number, but it's, it's a shocking number.
I remember reading the other day that about 40% of all internet like comments and
content
activity is bots.
And how can that not shape your reality? If like my one review for the Greek restaurant in whatever, Fakenham, can influence people's minds and my mind, then like, how can that not? 40% of everything we're reading is, did you see it the other day where they very briefly changed the Twitter or X, I'm not calling it X, Twitter policy, so that where you could see where the account was based. Did you see this?
I did not see this.
It was interesting. And loads of quite prominent, noisy accounts were all just based in India. And they were saying, you know, I'm based in the US or I'm in...
No. And then they changed it back.
Oh, they put it back immediately. And it was really interesting. And I think basically India, the significance of that is a load of the bot farms are in India. So it's cheap, you know, loads of online labor is based out in India, isn't it? Fascinating, absolutely fascinating. So I just thought, well, there's bigger and better scams to come. No, I didn't think that. I
believed you.
No.
Yeah, but you are right about that. And you know what? This is what I think about is like in society, we struggle with certain paradigms because you know they're not physical. They're not easy to touch. They're not like let's say we found out, and I mean, we still don't really do much about this, but if we found out that certain people, companies, actors, whatever, were poisoning 40% of our water, we would act a certain way and we would think a certain way, right?
Right.
For the most part.
Yeah.
People start putting regulations into effect. They go, oh, you're not allowed to do this, you're not allowed to do that. If we found out that people, companies, actors were poisoning 40% of our air, we would start acting, we would start, you know what I mean? And I know there's outliers and people are like, oh, but there's companies that pollute and that's part of the problem. But we don't think about that when it comes to our minds.
Yeah.
We don't think about it when it comes to this thing that we can never see and yet is almost more important than everything else in the world.
Yeah.
Your children are online. 40% of the stuff that they're consuming is poisoned.
Mhm.
And I'm not saying the stuff that comes from other people. I'm just saying like fake, completely poisoned stuff is going into their heads. So your little daughter's on the phone, 40% of the shit that's coming to her is poisoned. Your little son is on the 40%. Your grandmother is on the, your grandfather, your uncle, your aunt, you, like 40% of the things you're consuming are poisoned. And yet we don't think, like that, for instance, should just be like a rule in a way. You can be anonymous, but the where you're posting from should have to be.
But I always think it's going to be the human weakness for the longest time. Any dilution to any poison is just adding the human element.
What do you mean?
Oh.
If you're selling something dangerous, as long as you put someone in there, that's why they had to put regulation for advertising with cigarettes. People were having such a good time smoking.
Yeah.
Janet was the same. Mainstay was just like, for the rest of your life. Then people were just having a good time. The Marlboro Man. All of this stuff. It was, once you put the human element, the danger, the poison gets diluted because you think this person is doing it. I could be doing it. I could be having a good time as well.
Yeah,
and I think the scourge or the opposite of what we're feeling with bots is influencers. So the bots can do exactly what the influencers can do, but once you put a human in it, is it really that bad? Because also I've seen the trend now, the content that influencers are taking is not taken by the influencers anymore. It's more stylized now, it's more cinematic. They're actually featuring in the ad where they were supposed to be doing it from the point of view. So now you see all of them, where else before you used to see their hands or their feet and them interacting with the product. But now I'm like, who's the other person operating the gimbal?
Now they're part of the product.
The editing has become so great. And then these apps that
I saw
apparently...
one, it's funny you say this, sorry to interrupt you. I saw a video the other day about this. It was just so good, man. There was a video, and it starts so sad. It's this TikTok, and it's this woman, and she's by her bed, and the caption reads that, the thing, and that voice comes on. It's like, why you choose the person in your life?
You know that voice?
You know the voice.
Do you know personally? Do you?
No, but it's...
But you know that voice.
Trust you that much.
But you know that voice. Because there's only like the two voices. There's the two voices, right? There's the one that's like, when I found out I was going to... It's that voice.
The AI one.
Whatever that voice is. And then there's the other one's like, these men were fighting their way out of there. Yeah. But this one was like...
You are that voice.
I love that voice.
Both of them.
But who'd have thought they were bots?
It would be so funny if they were real people somewhere. There's somebody like at a restaurant and they're like, I called for a table for two. Could you tell me what time my reservation will be ready?
6 weeks.
So like, and in the video, there's this woman and she's by her bed and the caption reads, like, be careful who you choose as your partner because they will need to be with you in the toughest times, blah, blah. And she's like, this is the day I found out my dad died, or the moment I found out, something like that. And you see her like, she's like crying by the bed, and then her husband comes in and like looks at her, and then she like sort of tells him, I just found out my dad died. And you can see he's like, no, and then the video, and he embraces her, and it's sad and it's beautiful. And then it jump cuts to some guy who's like, okay, hold on. He's like, who put the camera there? He's like, who?
Yeah.
Who was filming this?
Who
Did you
set
put
up
a
the
tripod? Did he start filming?
Yeah.
Because you found out your dad died in this moment. You're saying that you found out in this moment. So when did how did this, and he was just puncturing this world, this thing you're talking about.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where like influencers now, to your point, the way influencers sort of started off was from a very authentic place. Hey guys, so I went to this place today. Look at it, like you said, point of view and vibe, and then they became like a part of it. And then they started synthesizing things, and then you run out of content, so you got to like make the content. Now you have to suffer tragedies. You have to discover things. You have to fight. You know what I mean? And so, sorry, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's exactly the world you're talking about.
I think.
And the whole point was that it was democratized, right? That was the whole thing. It was like, okay, anyone,
Name your price.
I can just do whatever.
Yeah.
And now it's like, now it's almost like every single member of the public views themselves as an influencer.
Oh, that's fully what it is.
Absolutely.
And then there's these people above who get, who get paid money to do, who actually still get money from brands.
And also it's sold as almost autonomy of some sort, because you can name your price, you can do it your way, but we'll obviously have the last say of how it's done. And then you can just put it out there and you have no control of it from then onwards.
Yeah.
Because that's what happens with influencers. But when I realized what Ring doorbell was, because it's not popular in South Africa, but it's popular here,
Yeah.
I was thinking to myself, there's only two ways that they can sell this thing. It's either by fear, break-ins, how it can prevent a break-in, and they started with the ads like that when people were shouting, we're on,
Yeah.
but then I realized the other strategy was Amazon packages being stolen from the door.
Yeah.
Right.
And then all of a
Oh my
sudden,
God, I didn't
2 steps
think
running
about
away,
that.
bwah, explode.
Yeah.
And people start finding that funny, and they thought, well, if I have a package that gets delivered and I want to make sure that, then I think to myself, these people are actors. Because the packages always explode before they get to where they're going. No one ever gets out of shot.
You mean when they fill it with like confetti?
Exactly. No, with paint.
Fat paint, sorry.
Yes.
Yeah.
But no one has ever gotten inside the car and the thing explodes, because that would have been funny and genuine at the same time.
Right.
But everyone is, and I'm like, oh, there's one way to sell this thing.
Yes.
And
So
the packages
not
are
to-
unmarked. Who gets an unmarked package delivered to their door?
But even just the pumping of viral content from Ring doorbells that is packages being stolen is an amazing advert for a Ring doorbell. You're so right. I've never even thought about that. That sucks. God. Yeah.
Have I punctured your reality?
I mean, you are a puncture in my reality. That's, I mean, come on.
I'll drink to that.
Yes.
No, it's like, because I understand that, living life is the paradox of what is and what isn't all the time. So I don't ever want to be one of those people who goes, nothing's real, everything's fake.
Yeah.
Because most things are sort of fake, and that's a good thing. You know, like our names are all fake.
Yeah.
We respond to them, but that's not a thing, really. You know what I mean? So there's certain constructs that society has to agree on for things to, like a traffic light. I'm always fascinated by traffic lights.
Yeah.
Because I go like, it's just the color.
Acceptable absurdity.
I don't know. I swear on my life, I don't know why I get giggly when I'm at a traffic light, and then I go, guys, this is not real.
Yeah.
It's like, it really makes me happy when I see people stop or go. Because I'm just like, I'm like, yo, it
feels juvenile.
You know what I
That's
mean?
funny.
People really stop.
Yeah.
Like when I see a car screech to a halt.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh, the
You
light.
just ruined that for me.
Yeah, but I'm like,
I'll never see the same again.
no, but society needs these things.
Acceptable absurdity.
Yes, society
Yeah.
functionally needs artificial constructs for us to function. Language, religion, culture, all of these things.
What is it? There's that book, that Harold Garfinkel book in the 60s, where, some studies of ethnomethodology or something like that, where he had
I
a load
wasn't
of his-
reading books in the 60s. You're gonna have to go with you.
No, it's exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
He's basically, I find academic writing often really bad and really hard to get into because it's just so dense.
Yeah,
a lot of
yeah.
academics can't write, and they kind of hide behind language to cover it up. But that's
What were we
fine.
saying this?
Shots fired.
No,
What were we saying this yesterday?
no, and that's not their job.
No,
their
no,
job
yeah,
is
I'm with
to
you,
be an
I'm with you. Yes,
academic.
yeah,
but you know
yeah.
what I mean? It's like I've got like, you have writers who then read all that and then make it like something I want to read. But anyway, there's this book that he wrote, this Harold Garfinkel guy. I think this is his name. It's actually, and he just had a load of his students doing loads of really absurd things that subvert. I think it was in New York, maybe subvert the just like things like the rules of waiting in line or going into a restaurant. And I can't, there's so many. They're very funny. They're very funny, but now I think ethically slightly dubious. Like, I think as an academic to do them, but like, yeah, I think that you might like it
I'll check it out.
because it's just like they're just very funny. It's funny. It's like,
Well, it just breaks how you think reality
a
is
perfect
supposed
one
to
would
work.
be, all right, loads of students. He's going to get all of his students to wait at the same set of traffic lights, and the whole day they're going to cross on the red on when it is don't cross. That would be like an experiment he might do.
Yeah.
That's like an example.
And then you see what happens to the people around them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's it. It's the
So
impact on the people
you
around.
see where the
Yeah.
tipping point is. If one person crosses at a red light,
Are they going to follow or not?
no one will.
Yeah.
2 people, no one. 3, and then you get to a tipping point where like the group does it, and you see a person go, "Oh, I guess that's what we do," and they just they just
totally.
waddle across with you.
Yeah, yeah.
And if you all turn and were like, "What are you doing?" They'll be like, "Ah!" but it,
Don't do that in the middle of traffic.
no,
please.
but I don't know, man. I just think like. Yeah, I think like the reality that we accept, or the reality that causes us to fight, the reality that causes us to hate other people, the reality that causes us to think the way we think is so fragile.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Don't press anything. We've got more What Now after this.
I did another. So I made a film a couple of years ago with Channel 4, which is like part of the BBC. It's like it was all about Amazon because you mentioned Amazon, Ring doorbells.
Oh, the urine.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this one, man.
Tell me about it.
The urine. Oh, I'll give you the backstory, and then you got to tell the.
Yes.
So remember, a story came out about Amazon workers being so pressed in their environment, in the warehouses. Everything in their environment was timed. Their performance was measured. They're tracked across the floor. Some of the worst like working conditions in that way, right? And because they weren't unionized, no one could do anything about this. It was a whole thing.
Modern day sweatshop.
Yeah, basically. And like one of the worst things about the story was the drivers and the workers in the warehouse would talk about how their time was so, like it was like in a draconian way measured to the finest degree that they couldn't even risk going to the toilets. They couldn't go to the bathroom. So what they would do, would do is in the truck, in the way, they would just pee into a bottle.
Exactly, yeah.
And then just carry on working. No one would leave. So yes, modern day sweatshop. And then the story like blew up, and it was like the Amazon workers are peeing into the bottles. And then Amazon was like, man,
did you cover it on the show?
Yeah, we did. We did. And we were just like, what the hell?
What did Amazon say?
Like the cost of what does Amazon ever say? Do you know what I mean? Come on, what is these people? They've never come out and be like, "Yeah, we make them pee." I mean, you know how it is, bro.
I hope
That's the business.
No, but like really, I wish one day a company would do that. Be like, yeah, and then what? We made them pee in bottles.
Did you get your package?
Yeah, you get your package. Man, shut the, no, but they don't.
Don't dust it for fingerprints.
Yeah. But they didn't. They basically, and they were like, oh, we're looking into this, but it's not what this is fabricated, blah, 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 blah. But anyway, so that was the story.
Yeah.
I now hand over to my favorite scam artist in the world.
So I did basically I did this film, an hour-long special about Amazon 2 years ago. And one of the things I did is I went and worked in one of the warehouses, which is near where I grew up in Fakenham. There's one in
So you got the job?
I got a job. I worked there undercover and I had a camera on.
But how? You see, I need you to explain these
He's
things.
white.
This is...
Can you stop with the how already? You ever had blue eyes and blonde hair?
It's true. It's true. It's true. Yeah. It's true.
This is a world that you and I will never understand.
Because can I tell you what's funny about Oobah's stories is, in Oobah's stories, he gets a job as part of a scam. He's like, then there's someone else like, I just want the job. Just how did you get the job?
Oobah is the reason why. Oobah is the reason why Idris Elba will never be James Bond. Can never just work anywhere. Be white.
Oh God.
The CV has to go.
Oh, man.
Are you white? Yes.
Oh God.
Okay, then.
But you see, you know what I like, Oobah? You're using your privilege, my friend. Because these experiments, we can't be, Eugene and I can't be messing around now.
No.
We would go to an Amazon factory, we'd be like, I'm undercover. And then 15 years later, we'd still be there packing.
Yeah.
You'd be like, what happened, Eugene? What happened, Trevor? I work here, man. We'd be like, you can leave. You came on it was a scam.
Yeah.
No, man, Jeff's not going to be happy if we don't get these packages. Hold on.
It's true. It's true. It's true. No, you're absolutely right. Like, you're absolutely right. Remember when I first started doing stuff for Vice? And because I grew up somewhere, I was 100% white, basically. In the Fakenham was 100%
Yeah, no,
white.
Fakenham, come on.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Like, about half an hour away in Redditch. This is the cloak. Well, that's not even half an hour. 20 minutes away in Redditch. Really close to where we grew up. I didn't have a car growing up, so I was just in the village. Is like, there's a big South Asian diaspora.
Yeah.
Like, and traditionally there was a Caribbean diaspora as well, but it's sort of lessened over the years, more in Birmingham. And it was interesting having that experience of having my white privilege called out for the first times in the comments and stuff. And having grown up as white, but without money, I was like, my privilege? But
I
grew up working. I was working. And now, and particularly since I've moved here, I'm like, oh no, like I've had to obviously completely be educated in that by friends, and I'm trying to get my head around that. But yeah, it's massive. And I was an idiot I wished I was taught about that in school.
Yeah, but here's the thing that's complicated about it. I'm not an academic, but I fight with academics about this all the time. I think some of these concepts, while true, are not explained correctly to people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I remember when people would talk like, because some of these things become, in vogue
Fashionable.
in moments, like, so white privilege, it really had its moment.
Yeah,
Check
yeah.
your privilege. Check it at the door.
Post your black square.
Yeah. You post that black square. You know what I mean? So,
And leave a review.
yeah. Square.
Yeah, 5 stars. Jerk chicken, fantastic. Yeah, exactly.
Curry goat.
Yeah.
And I got curry goat.
Yeah. Then go,
Sorry.
then go on the fish and chips, 1 star.
Yeah. The food was terrible, but I understand why. 5 stars. No. So here's what. This is just my opinion, but I mean, a lot of these things are, even the academic ones, and that's maybe my first issue, by the way, is that a lot of the time academics will make it seem like it isn't their opinion.
Yeah.
They distance themselves.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
From
So they'll put forth an idea,
yes.
and they work in a space where they study and they
Research
Yeah.
is their
Right,
favorite
right,
word.
right.
Yes.
Yes, but it is an opinion.
Right.
Yes.
Right? It is an opinion. It may be an opinion that holds true for the most part, but it is still an opinion.
Yeah.
So the argument I would have with people is this. You may be right, you may be wrong, but you also have to acknowledge the way you're explaining this to somebody isn't correct, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you make it seem like it's a hard and fast rule that is constant in every single environment in the exact same way all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So when people were like, white privilege, check your privilege, what? When I would talk to white people and who would go, the thing that I saw people struggling with is there were people who were like, I'm poor, I'm homeless,
Where's the privilege?
Where's the privilege?
Yeah.
Right.
Please, can you help me figure out where? Because I would like to access it.
Mhm.
I would love to access this privilege. And the best analogy I came up with was golf.
Mm.
Golf is one of my favorite ideas for a sport,
Mhm.
because even though golf is the most, you know what I mean, like
Yeah.
not even just
Scot-
absurd.
not in-
It's the most like removed. It's like this is like elite.
You've just described
Not in
absurd.
Scotland.
Yeah,
Kids all grow up on a
Yeah.
council estate playing golf.
Yeah, because
it's
I'm-
crazy.
because, like,
Like cricket
that's
in
where
India.
It's, that's where it's.
Yeah, the
exactly,
home because of the home of it.
Exactly. Whereas cricket in England's posh down,
Yes.
properly posh,
yeah.
and I did it in South Africa. I'm assuming.
No, it's like
cricket schools are one of the best schools.
yeah, but
and
cricket
rugby
itself
schools.
though,
But
in the
cricket itself,
township
yeah.
they play it as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And we have
not as much anymore, but
Yeah.
We have a huge South Asian diaspora in England. Very few South Asian players play for England. It's kind of insane. It's all posh private school.
Oh yeah,
kids.
but that's who you know, where you know.
No, but it's just weird, isn't it? Because football has become democratic. Because
It
it's,
has.
It's.
Yeah.
I think it kind of always has been, to be honest. But football is democratic, whereas it's interesting that like these old school sports like cricket, we're on a different thing now.
go ahead.
No. Just like it's interesting the way I always look when I'm watching cricket as a fan, and I'm like, new players come through, great, and I go and I do this every time. Wikipedia, what school? For fuck's sake!
It's always
I
like
just
the
want
top,
him to not be going to a posh school. I just want him to go gone to a normal school,
Government school who
'Cause then
made
you'd
it.
be- just a normal state school.
Oh man,
Go normal state school. That's all I want.
So wait, all the English cricket players are like
Most of them.
elite.
Huh.
It's about, but then the really great ones are always not posh kids. But this is
The
my
thing we spoke
this
about
is
at the
now
beginning.
coming in my like
Yeah,
this is that's the thing this is a classic, isn't it? But we're obsessed with class in England. It's different.
But you see, now that comes back to what we're saying about privilege. The loop of privilege is this. When you go white privilege, if you're not careful, you make people think that privilege attached to your whiteness is a constant thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm.
Whereas you see, like in golf, they go to your handicap. It's a very simple principle. It means at your current position in the game,
this is where you're at.
this is how much we need to adjust the game so that
Make
you
it
have a
fair.
fair chance.
Yeah.
But that handicap can change. It can go down and it can go up. Right? So if you get good enough, we're not going to give you any advantage. But if you get bad enough, we're going to give you as much advantage as you need. But they acknowledge that the handicap can change. And I think that's interesting.
The variable, yeah.
So it's not, because I don't like that we make these things seem permanent and constant regardless of the situation you're in. Because class, and there's a writer, I wish I could remember her name, was one of the most brilliant writers. We'll just put her on the screen while I'm saying this. Her name is
Rennie Edo-Lodge.
maybe, but she said something about, she said the phrase, and I'll paraphrase it, was she said about the US and many places, she said, I can't wait for America to finish the conversations about race so that they can understand that they're just at the bottom of discussing class.
Yeah.
because race is a proxy for class for
Yes.
most people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The shorthand for class.
It is shorthand. So it's like, yes, black attached to being poor.
Poverty.
Yes, but it does not mean that black itself will always be the thing that suffers. It means that poor will always be the thing that suffers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that just having an accent, I have a subtle accent, and I've lost it the more time I've spent in London, and the more time I've spent 9 years in London. I've been here for 2 years. But like, it's interesting. Just how obviously here it's like, you know, I'm just an English guy.
Yeah.
And a white English guy, but I'm an English
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
But it's like in England, you know, you're always what class you grew up with. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter how much money you have, really.
I can assume, even like the way you say class, I'm sure people are like,
Right. Yeah.
Are you sure you can afford this?
Yeah, right. Like,
No, it's true, though.
No, but you're either part of the. I mean, you know, you're either part of the. So 4% of the population in the UK go to private school, and they represent most of the executive positions in all the companies.
Yeah.
And now they're getting into entertainment, which is fantastic as well. Just love it. Let's have that. That's fantastic. But like, you know, you either want, so basically it's like, and then you have hereditary positions in the government, the House of Lords, you have lordships that you can inherit, all that stuff. So we still have like a proper
Class system.
Yeah.
ruling class.
Yes.
A proper ruling
Full on.
class. And that's like, probably English people watch this now would be like, fuck you, you don't, whatever, it's changed or whatever. But I don't think it has. And I think that like,
It will never
and
change.
being here is crazy how it's a different system. As you said, race is a much, much, much bigger part of it. You said race is a proxy for class.
But I would argue in the US, what happens is money becomes the class. Like, so,
Yeah.
so what happens is, yes, race is a big one. But then one of the tools that can help you is money, and not necessarily the possession of it, but the access that it gives you to things.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you are in the business class lounge,
Right.
there's going to be an element, but still your race might be the difference. Where, like, let's say you walk ahead of me into the business class lounge.
Yeah.
You might just walk in, and then when I walk in,
you
someone
lost?
will go, "Excuse me, are you business class?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now because of maybe fame, someone will be like, "Oh, of course, Mr. Noah, come in."
Yeah,
Like recently when we were in Australia, this was so funny because here's my thing.
I wasn't in Australia.
He wasn't.
means we
no,
as in-
we. So me and the crew in
the
Australia.
royal we.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
royal we. I was there by
I
myself.
was very classist.
No, so we're in Australia, and I was on tour there, and there's moments where I think you know what I'm saying. There's certain racisms or whatever you want to call it, prejudice, where you just have to laugh at it and poke it. So we're standing in, and it's very distinct. We're flying Qantas Airlines. That's really how you get around Australia in that way.
Yeah.
And I think we're flying out of Perth. And it's myself and my two friends from South Africa. So it's me, Ryan, Slebogo. So here we are. And we're standing together in this line. And then the promoter, Sebastian, he's with us. So Sebastian's the only white guy, right? So we're all there together, but we're together in the line. Airport's basically empty. We're in the business class line, right? Confidently in that line. It's clearly marked, and we're in it.
Do you have the business class line cockiness of headphones?
Not even. We're just there.
Okay.
Away suitcase.
Yeah. The cockiness of business class.
One of the employees comes over. She walks up to us, walks past Sebastian. That was the key thing. Walks past Sebastian, who's like in front of us, says nothing to him, comes straight to me, and then goes, she's like, "Oh, excuse me. Oh, this is a business class line."
Oh, God. Yeah.
And then I said, yes, it is. And then she just stared at me because now she was hoping that I would now do the whole like, "Oh, sorry, I'm not." But I was just enjoying it so much. I was like, yeah. And the way I said it, I was like, yes, this is the business class line. And then she went,
Pick the wrong guy.
"Oh, are you in business class?" And then I was like, why else would I be standing in this line?
Who's asking?
Then she's like, "Oh, all right. I wasn't sure if you're in business class." Then I was like, I don't know if this guy's in business class. You should ask him. And I pointed, but she didn't know that I knew Sebastian.
Yeah.
So I'm just pointing at this random white guy now.
Yeah.
Then I was like, I don't know if he's in business class. Yo, are you in business class? This is a business class line. And then she's like, oh yeah, I'm sure he's in business class. And I was like, well, I'm not in business class. And then you could see she had this moment where she was like, So those are moments where I go,
yeah, of course.
yes, your money, maybe your favorite.
It happens in your building all the time.
My man, all these things.
All the time.
All these
Behind his
things.
building,
So
they're
you,
like, are you?
but yes, but what I, no, for sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
And you hear the dial-up fax.
That's
But that's what I mean is like, I feel like what we don't do enough of is,
the handicap analogy is really good.
yeah, we don't discuss these things dynamically. And then we live in a world where, and maybe the bots don't help, right? Is that we don't get into a position where we can then discuss it as people and say, okay, so when does this happen and when doesn't it happen and how does it happen? Because otherwise you just going like, hey man, white guy, you're a superhero. Nothing can go wrong in your life. And then white guy goes, but a lot of shit, I don't have a job.
Yes.
I'm living in my mom's basement.
I'm selling rabbit shit.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Times are tough. Times are tough.
You can never live that one down. Your grandfather's like, come on.
Only that one time.
It was just once. And he deserved all of it. All the shit he got, he deserved it.
That's good.
That's really good. So now we're like, you know what I mean? And
Yeah,
so,
totally.
So what I this is part of what I like about your work is sometimes I think as people, the academic discussion of ideas limits us because it's like, how do we see the world? How do we think we see the world? How do we want to be seen to be seeing the world? How do people see us seeing the world? How do they respond to how we see the world? How do we see them seeing? It's too much. It's too much. But then when you conduct it as like just an experiment, as a thing that people do, you just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It first of all, I feel like it removes the lens. So we're watching people leave fake reviews or write fake or come to a fake restaurant.
Yeah.
We're watching people, you know what I mean? So like your Amazon thing, which I want you to talk about because it sort of goes into this world.
Yeah.
It's one thing to write an article about, hey guys, Amazon doesn't really do a good job of protecting you as a consumer, as a customer. They're really unscrupulous. Yes, they're convenient. Yes, they're great.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we have to ask ourselves if these people, you can go into that foreverness, or you can just sell urine on Amazon.
But I think
you can sell Amazon workers' urine on Amazon.
and prove that it exists.
Yeah, but and it makes such a Sometimes I feel like
It's trying to what I was trying to do is it's sort of trying to figure out like it's essentially like that same thing of like what is a symbol or often in like in the world, like the stuff that catches on and the stuff that actually starts changing people's minds or something is like just a really simple symbol.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like something.
Yeah.
I remember when this is an example you guys won't know probably.
Why? Because we're black.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I just had.
And you were waiting.
I was waiting.
You had that in the chamber. You were like, oh yeah. You're like, oh yeah.
There we go.
I got you, little Uber boy. I got you. Any move. You know what you were waiting.
Next thing he says.
Next thing he said is because I'm black.
You could have said anything.
Anything. You could have said that. And Eugene was ready with it.
Ready with the table.
Yeah, Eugene was ready for you.
The blaster.
Eugene was ready
Han
for
Solo.
you, my friend. Oh man, I've had a great time with you guys because I'm black. Oh man, I didn't think I was gonna say that. Oh man,
I surprise myself sometimes.
No, there was a politician when we anyway, whatever. It was a Labour politician. It was a guy called Ed Miliband.
I remember Ed Miliband.
Yeah. His whole thing, he looked like he was going to become the Prime Minister. This was like, after 5 years of like bad Conservatives and Lib Dems. And he ate a bacon sandwich badly. And then it was like, it was done. It was done. And it was almost like that encapsulated, he was this out of touch, whatever. And it was like, the Sun that printed it, which is a rag that Rupert Murdoch is runs.
One of those conservative tabloid,
Yeah, and he printed like a picture of him eating a pancake, but struggling with a bacon sandwich, and it was kind of over. It was bizarre. I remember that was stuck in my head. It was like there's a million examples of that. If you probably sit and think of one,
There was one where
Mini Mike was one that Trump did to Bloomberg that just killed it.
yeah, that one destroyed it.
Yeah,
but there's
so
also
you
one
got
where
Mini Mike.
who ate
That's less a
pizza with a
symbol.
knife and fork in New
That-
York. They were running for president. Was it Mitt Romney? Maybe it was. I don't know.
It was
who
over just like that.
Pizza. Have you ever seen the ad? But this is a completely off topic. Have you ever seen the advert where Trump eats the pizza backwards? It's insane.
Can I tell you? That's why I think Trump doesn't eat anything in public anymore.
But he eats it backwards.
This,
the
I'm
crust.
going to go look at this now because I
Insane. It's a Pizza
You
Hut
can,
advert.
You can do it now.
actually didn't think of that. Thank you.
We're not the BBC here.
No,
I actually need to see this.
We're freewheeling.
I need to see this.
It's very bizarre.
You know what sucks though is like now in like a few years, all of these things will become boring because people are like, oh, that's probably AI.
Images are, yeah,
Yes,
you're right.
we're losing that
actually,
now.
Yeah. Should I
backwards.
Should I carry
Trump-
on with piss?
Yeah, tell us tell us how you sold
What a
urine.
nice segue.
While he pulls it up.
Yeah.
I'll,
Tell because he knows the story.
I'll
Yes.
help your appetite.
Yes.
While I prepare the
Yeah,
pizza.
while the backwards pizza is in the oven, I'll prepare you an aperitif. Yeah,
I love that word.
yeah.
Aperitif.
Yeah.
It sounds better than palate cleanser.
yeah, there it
Palate
is.
cleanser sounds like mouthwash.
I hope I haven't got this wrong.
There it is. Wow. This is crazy.
It's an interesting image.
Here, look at that. Look at that.
He survived it. It almost helped him. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what he says before he eats pizza. Yeah. I love pizza so much. Give me my slice. Yeah.
It's funny. Mate. Is that how they do it in Queens? I mean,
This is a person who's probably never eaten pizza or like just lived in another world. And he's like, yeah, regular people do it. Like, is this how you do it? I do it all the time. Yeah.
you end with the finger. It's bizarre. Yeah, so basically I went and worked at this warehouse. I got a job there. Didn't keep the job. I worked there for a few days because it was the closest warehouse outside of the one in Staten Island
Okay.
to unionizing. We went and worked there. We'd heard all this stuff. And now I was working with like Channel 4, which is like the BBC, public service broadcaster, is like 6 months of legal work to get in there with a camera. You know, it's not, I can't just like start writing reviews. Now I'm working in TV. It's different. So we had to prove wrongdoing. We had suspicion of wrongdoing. We went in there eventually. It was crazy. It was like this dystopian, like you have airport style security scanners. You have to go when you come off the warehouse floor. And I worked back in Studley near Fakenham. I worked in a car factory. It was nothing like that. You know, there's a level of respect that you have in it when you're working in a warehouse. Even in at Amazon, it was
privacy.
Yeah, it's just like they scan you like you're like I don't know, going through TSA or whatever every time you come off the warehouse floor, and they monitor you. So you have this score that this is what happens. They everybody on you have this thing that's connected to your account, and the more you scan and the slower you scan, the worse your score is basically. What else was there? Oh, there was another worker who actually went public after this, but didn't want to go public in the film. Who left, it was a couple of weeks before I got there, before I started working there, had a heart attack on the warehouse floor, and then had to leave in an ambulance to the hospital, and then got a formal warning for leaving work early. Yeah, it's crazy, absolutely crazy. And yes, it's this sort of dystopian thing. I got caught on the third day. Someone recognized me from my other work and pulled me to one side, and they're like, "What the fuck are you doing here?" And I got pulled off there, and yeah, it was interesting. And then basically, I wanted to do something about their workers. I wanted to come up with a stunt that would cut through and would have a level of impact. So I was hanging out outside a lot of the fulfillment centers and noticed there were bottles of piss everywhere outside of the fulfillment centers. It was initially I spotted them in Glendale, just the closest one in LA.
In California.
Yeah, just in LA. And then I did it in London, the one in Queens. Every single one I've been to, and I probably still exactly the same, there's bottles of piss outside all over the world. And I spoke to drivers, and they told me that this was them. And the reason why it worked that way, I stopped someone else, and she was a dispatch manager who manages the drivers. And she said, the way it works is if you have 10 if they catch you, you come back into the after your shift, with a bottle of piss in your car, then you get a point against your name.
No, man.
And if you get 10 points, you're in trouble. So what they do is, as they're driving back in, they chuck it out the window because they think, oh, okay, right, I need to get rid of it or I'm going to get in trouble. So what I did was sort of like, I collected a load of the bottles of urine, repackaged them as like one of those kind of new influencer energy drinks called Release Energy, and then I actually
Release infection. Blood. Okay,
so I then I put it on. So yeah, we as another thing as well was we spoke to female drivers who got UTIs from holding it in as well. Like so, guys with pissing bottles, they would get UTIs, and then listed it on Amazon as a drink. Said what it was on the label. Didn't hide what it was. It was like, this is bottles of urine collected from Amazon drivers. And then I made that in the same way that I kind of did the restaurant, because I knew it would be a story if it worked. Again, I didn't know it would work. I thought it would be flagged because it said urea on it everywhere. It was listed as a drink, as an energy drink. And I made it a number one drink on Amazon. So it was literally a number one drink on Amazon on the platform. It became this big story, came out and massively viral again, was covered everywhere. But what it meant is that people were talking about this story, that if it was earnestly reported,
that they
basically exactly what the model that you guys have had at the show was, how do you make people talk about this thing? How are you going to break the spell of like, because Amazon's the way they run their user experience as a customer is amazing.
Yeah, it's flawless.
So it's like, how do you break the spell a little bit? And I never once in the film said, delete your Amazon or whatever.
No.
It's like, no, let's just like make people think about this thing. But it ended up being like it was crazy. And, you know, it ended up going viral, that stunt, when it came out. And it was basically exactly what I wanted it to do, you know. And I had this other whole thing about filling in potholes at Amazon's expense as well. Like I basically noticed how Amazon, you know, don't pay much towards taxes. Essentially, they do like avoid a lot of corporate taxes. Like in 2020, they paid 0 in corporation tax in the UK. So I thought, you know, Amazon still uses the infrastructure that our taxes pay for, but they don't contribute.
They don't pay for it.
They don't contribute to its growth and maintenance.
Yeah.
All fair play, Amazon. Make your money, do your thing, but you got to pitch in. And like, how quick can Amazon make a Prime delivery without the roads that our taxes pay for?
Yeah.
So what I did is I ordered a load of cement from Amazon. And then I went in, filling potholes around in California and in the UK, and filled them in. And then I went down to the beach, filed for a refund, filled the packages with sand,
and then sent it back. They just gave you your money.
They gave me my money back. And I remember telling in the film that I made about this, I tell my lawyer, and he's like, "That's not clever. That's just fraud. It's just fraud."
Where were you?
Finally,
my whole life.
Exactly. The camera doesn't matter. You've committed fraud. But basically, what I'd done, and this is kind of this was to make a bigger point, was before I did any of that, I went and I made an offshore company in Belize that has very secret privacy laws, and I made an Amazon business account for that company, and then so technically, the crime was committed by this offshore company in Belize. It was an offshore issue, which is the same mechanic that Amazon uses to avoid paying taxes. It's like the same setup.
This is, man.
So yeah, I managed to get around getting in trouble by using the same way that they avoid paying taxes. And the name of the company was Whole Maintenance and Repair Corp, which as an acronym is HMRC, which is the British IRS.
Yes.
Basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was like, that's like that film 2 years ago. The first one we talked about 8 years ago. You know, in that time, you have to, that sort of, I suppose, maybe captures how slightly the work's moved on. Do you know what I mean? Like you're kind of slightly trying to, I don't know. It's a similar thing. And I think that the world has changed a lot in that time. I think that like now where it used to be that, you know, I was creating these things that were like fictions that would somehow almost go up to the line before they cross it. I opened the shed for one night only. When we opened the shed for one night only, there was a company in Dubai wanted me to open up the shed in Dubai and to make it a real restaurant chain and all that stuff. If I'd have wanted to, if I was just making money, I'd have been like, well, screw the film.
Just do this thing.
Let's just have a chain of restaurants called The Shed and get a load of investment, whatever, burn it. Take some money.
I mean, that's one of the more recent projects you've started working on that I think has also given me a clearer view of how how fragile the money ecosystem is that we live in. You know, because like it's another insane project, but you basically set yourself the target of making, was it $1 million?
£1 million, yeah.
$1 million
like
pounds.
$1.3 million
In
90 days.
90 days.
Yeah.
Yes. But it has to be legal.
Yeah.
And it had to be.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this came out 2 months ago. This is the latest film for British television. But that film, it was a kind of reaction to hustle culture, you know, and like how much of our cultural oxygen is just around making money, and how much of that, you know.
So here's what I don't like is, and this happens with various different fields and spheres, you know, is when people talk about hustle culture, it's now been co-opted by a group of people who sort of, because hustling was a thing that a lot of people did in like a really meaningful way. I know it sounds crazy to say that, but it's like a lot of people hustle.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
We all
you
hustled.
You hustled to do your thing. Your parents hustled. Your hustling was like, I gotta hustle.
No, you're right. Yeah.
Really, what this is like, it's scam culture. It's not hustle culture. It's scam culture. It's how can you make as much money as possible,
as quickly as possible.
But also most importantly, with somebody else being the victim in some way, shape, or form. Are you selling some sort of online course? Are you getting people to invest in a thing that will never pay money back? Are you know what I mean?
That whole, and this is the thing that you're 100% right. And I think that the thing that's, as I said, from the start of when I started doing what I was doing to now, the whole world's changed. And now we are living in the fake reality. Like we're all dining at the shed.
The fake has become real.
We're all eating the microwavable ready meals. We're all eating my egg on a foot. Like the way that I see it, I look at the stock market, the biggest 8 companies. How many of them actually, Nvidia, apart from them, they make chips.
Yeah.
How many of them, the value of these stocks now have no semblance to reality.
No.
It's like now that everybody is making a shed, and it's all been the whole economy has been remade. Like, no one's actually making anything. So it's like when you were saying about you're exactly right about the culture of these money, the hustle culture thing is the grift is taking place when you are convinced that this person can lead you to the promised land of financial security.
Yeah.
The moment, like my mum and dad, when we were kids, were lost a load of money in a pyramid scheme. Well, not a load, but enough that it was significant in our house, and a very popular one, which everyone would know. But like that, that like kind of made me kind of a little averse to those types of things when I hear about constantly having people say, "Oh, you should buy into this crypto coin, buy into this course that can help you make a load of money and make you rich or whatever." I've always thought the structure of the way that a lot of people are monetizing their audiences is like they're selling them hope, as you're saying.
That's the biggest thing for me is like it, and they do a good job of conflating it with the hard work that people are doing, and because what they do is they're really good at. I find they're really good at hiding in crowds. Is the way I like to think of it. Yeah. So what they'll do is they go like, "Oh, so what are you saying? There's something wrong with making money?" It's like, no. You're slick. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with making. Are you saying it's wrong to sell things? I'm not saying that. Are you against capitalism? I'm not saying any of these things. What I'm saying is, you are running scams on people, right? I ask people this all the time. When you're going to go to a course where someone's going to teach you how to make money, ask yourself where they get their money from.
Exactly.
Right? I'm not saying don't go, but ask yourself where they get their money from. If that person gets all their money
from you,
telling you how to make money, but they aren't going off and doing the investment things that they're making their money from you.
Yeah, it's like getting a financial advisor once you're successful. You're like, where was the advice?
That's true.
Yeah, it's like all of these things, if we're not careful, but it is true.
No, it is
It's
true.
fully that.
It's
like
100%
it's like
true,
the and it has
much better than I do.
become way more scammy in that world. But then the art and craft of hiding in the crowd is then making it seem like it's like the all of us.
Yeah.
So what are you saying we shouldn't? It's like, no, I'm not saying don't advertise a thing.
No.
But you don't act like you did use it.
Yeah.
Don't act like you know what I mean? Don't act like you. There's certain things where you're like, yo, man, at what cost?
The crypto thing's fascinating. Making this film, so it was literally a follow doc. A lot of the stuff I do is way more like, I'm like, it sounds a mess, but I mean, the shed thing, no, but like the Amazon thing, planned out. I know,
Yeah,
kind of know
yeah.
what I'm going to do. You never know you're going to get caught when you're working at Amazon on the floor and they pull you off and say, what the hell are you doing here?
You should have been like, man, shit, my life fell apart, man.
Can I be?
Before you kick
Before
me
you
out,
kick me out,
can I use the toilet?
Yeah, you'd be like, yo, man. You know what's funny is
I've got 10 points.
after they kicked you out, you got a notice on your record. They're like left early.
I remember getting loads of emails from them saying, why haven't you shown up to work?
No,
Yeah.
after you were kicked out.
But I remember saying, I said to like, because I had to get training to do undercover because I was like, this guy's basically a bullshitter and we're letting him do a proper journalist job here. Like we're training him. And I was like, if I get caught, can I just say I'm doing undercover boss? And just say, congratulations, you did it.
You did it.
You are promoted.
You found me.
You know, but
It
they
took
were
you a
like,
while, but you found me.
they were like, we are going to rescind your permission to do this. No, yeah. So coming back, yeah. So that doc, the one about making $1 million, you know, you follow me around for 90 days. The thing that I just kept on getting thrust down because it's basically I moved to New York while I was making that.
Yeah.
So it's reacting to being in New York. It's a very unique culture, I think, in terms of
In what way?
hustle, just hustle.
Yeah.
And the way and the comfort with which people, and I don't even necessarily mind this, but it's very different to Europe. The way people talk about money, the way people breathe money, the possibility of money, the way it moves around. You know, you meet someone, you know, one of our main contributors in that is the co-founder of Venmo, this guy Ikram. And within 10 minutes of meeting him, he's like, we're making a company together. It's worth $10 million already. And I'm like, what? Like, what is this guy talking about? But like, he's made Venmo, so clearly he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
And then, you know, in the time that I know him throughout the thing, he tries to say to me, you should make a cryptocurrency with me. I said, I don't know, man. You know, I don't like that stuff. I don't love it. Not saying it's bad, just personal.
Yeah.
You know,
Just
personal. Just have a little bit of an aversion to it. He asked me to get involved in a coin with him. And then if I'd have invested in that point, we tried to fact check this and it's tricky. But he basically, the coin that he asked me to get in with him on was like, ended up becoming, this is easy to fact check, the #1 trending meme coin on the planet for a day. Made $250 million. This thing did. And it was like, and I think the thing that I can't fact check, but he said if you'd have put in $500 that day, you'd have made $1 million. And it was just like one of those things where I was like,
Yeah, but you see, the sentence that isn't completed is this is what I like about these money stories. They say you would have made $1 million.
Right.
What they should say is you would have taken $1 million.
Right.
That's my issue with all of these ideas.
There's no way you made it. Yeah.
Yeah, because you didn't make the thing.
It comes from somewhere.
Because if we look at like,
oh no, that's 100% right.
but you get what I'm saying?
No,
It's
I
like,
know.
a lot of the
get what
time,
you're
people
saying.
make it
Yeah,
seem
yeah.
like the reason I would say people used to use the phrase "you're going to make money" is because really it was an exchange of a service of a good, of a service of a good.
Yeah.
All right, I need a leather shoe from you, Eugene. You need oranges from you, and we're going to use money to help smooth over this. It makes sense.
It's a promise.
Yeah, but then at some point it became, I'm saying this is worth this. I'm going to take all of your guys' money. It's going to be worth this for a moment, and then it's not going to be worth that instantly overnight. All I've done is I've gone and then sucked in all your money.
Yeah, it's true.
I've just sucked in all your money.
The only
and now it's
money
gone.
that exists within that coin is stuff that other people who have also had hope have put it in there.
And they put it in. Yeah, it comes from somewhere.
That was like what happened to my mom and dad when we were kids. It's the same thing, you know. It's the same thing. So look, I'll be honest. I have no regrets. I would rather not have that money, and that sounds high and mighty, but I just wouldn't. Like I just.
But also those things are shortcuts to jail.
Well,
no, you never know though. That's true though.
Well,
I mean,
they'd
like
have to
now people are
change
getting
the-
pardons, and now people are
they
but
would have to change
those
the
things
law.
are all temporary. They genuinely are. I think they're all temporary. It's a shortcut to jail at the end of the day.
Yeah. That's like
Because when do you stop?
Yeah, it's true.
You put 500 in, you make $1 million. Why would you not put in the next 500,000 to make 10 million, 100 million? When do you stop?
It's true.
And then we wonder why these guys get to that point. It's because along the way, like,
you know when to stop.
Yeah, there's no need to stop. You don't need to stop. You don't need to stop. You don't need to stop. And then at some point, you're just like, oh, do it.
But it exists as the way that it's regulated now exists as a sort of loophole, doesn't it? At this moment, in time.
At this moment in time.
It didn't a year ago.
Yeah,
it's changed. It's now not a security. Crypto is not a security, so it's regulated by some other regulatory body that has like one guy at a desk.
It's just the guy who vibe checks it now. He just sits there and he's like, cool. Not cool.
Puts his finger in the water. That's all right.
So
yeah.
What would you say your dream and your goal? Because like when I read how people have tried to categorize you, people call you a prankster, people call you a, but I don't know, you know, and I don't want to put too much weight on this. I feel like it's sort of evolved in your world, and now there's like a mission behind it in some ways. What would you say you're trying to achieve with these films when somebody's watching them? What are you hoping to reveal, or what are you hoping to change, or you know?
Yeah, I mean, I suppose that it's hard. There's definitely a worldview, isn't there? There's definitely, and that's as I've had the privilege of doing this now for nearly 10 years, which is fucking nuts. Like, you begin to take your work more seriously, and you understand, like, okay, I know what I can offer, and I can see things about the world that I've learned in this weird journey. Yeah, like, you know, I can look at the Amazon piss thing and be like, this is probably possible, and I think because of my experience, I know that. Or, you know, going like that film we've just made about Get Rich Quick, and being in those rooms and asking a billionaire to give me $1 million, why not, please? And just like seeing, I don't know, I suppose that you said the grander mission. I kind of distracted myself thinking about.
No, yeah, just like
what is the goal? Is that what you're saying? To try and change people's minds, or
no? I don't know. I
don't know. I think first and foremost, I do just consider myself sort of an artist and a creator of stuff, and I want to make really interesting things that are in conversation with the world, and you know, humor is a massive part of it for me. I'm trying to be entertaining. I want it to be funny. I want it to be, but I do also want it to be illuminating. And what I will say is, when you're working with like Channel 4, which is like a public service broadcaster. Yeah. And maybe you've even empathized with this with being on the show. Like, you have a different, almost like you take a different set of questions that you ask about an idea while you're coming up with it. Yeah. You're like, okay, well, this is going to be, I want to talk about this company, Amazon, but also I need to justify that I can talk about piss and stuff. So I'm going to evidence worker exploitation. Yes. I'm going to evidence this, and I'm going to, but working on projects here now, I'm really excited by looking at like culture here and how that really plugs into the moment that, because I think culture is actually a really great way of talking about all of that stuff.
Everything.
Everything.
It is.
If you focus on little pieces of tech, like, you know, I think there's almost like,
culture. I always think culture is a manifestation of what the society is experiencing.
Yeah,
it just has to be. Yeah, but and becomes easier to, like, why is the clothing popular at the time? Why? What is or isn't popular? Why is it? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All of that is just, it's like the plant that grows from the soil, and then sometimes it's hard to know what's happening in the soil.
Definitely.
But if you look at the plant, you can know.
Yeah.
It is interesting. This is the first time in my life I've been an immigrant somewhere. That's quite interesting. I'm moving here for the first time and being, I moved to London, and then I moved to New York, and that is an interesting experience. And I suppose that's what I'm propelled by at this moment in time.
Is being the outsider.
Yeah,
it's a different world.
Yeah, and I think that, I feel like I'm making no sense at the moment.
No, I think I'm realizing what you're saying. I think two things that I picked up from here is, we're constantly fighting this battle between gatekeeping and democracy. Advertising was one of those. It was a well-regulated and gate-kept industry until it was not. Now people are creating their own adverts without safeguards and research and experimentation being done.
That's true. I didn't think about that.
And the other one is basically what we started with when we were speaking about academia and how they write papers. It's just basically a debate between experimenting as a scientist, which is what we're enjoying now. You do experiments and we get the results quicker, instead of someone taking 5 years to write a paper and do research. So now we've circumvented that whole process and actually inverted it, because you create the experiment and then we do the research. So you're basically going, here's what I've experimented. Go ahead and find out if it's true or not. Like, as your lawyer would say, it's very illegal. I think what you're doing is you're setting off a tinderbox for us to start having conversations and doing our own research, so we can arrive to a conclusion that we're happy with. Because it's one thing if it's popular opinion, but if you came up with that, like we're saying, when you're watching a live anything on YouTube and the comments are different, because it just depends on where you're watching from. And right now what you've just done is you've given us all a POV and access to just look at it and go, what am I seeing?
Yeah, great. I mean, as you were saying that, I think that I was thinking about you watching it when it came out. I mean, I wouldn't even think about that. The idea that you were watching this restaurant thing.
And
I
I've
was
never
living.
watched it, and I heard it from you two.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So you never. Oh,
Nope.
amazing. All right. So if it made sense to you, hopefully it makes sense.
100%.
To
Oh
the
no,
people
it completely
watching.
makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah,
But that's why I say that's what it does.
Yeah.
I love that you said scientist or experiment or sociologist, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
It is finding the right lens or mirror, putting it on society, and if you show it in the right way. I think of one of the most impactful videos. It went viral. It keeps going viral every few years. It's from a long time ago in the US, though. There was a local sort of news channel thing. They just did this simple experiment. They put a bicycle in Central Park or one of these parks, and it was locked to a pole. And then they just sent different people to break the lock. And they just wanted to see what happened. And they sent like a white guy. He's like cutting it full on, like with a
front of
saw,
everybody.
like very like hokey. I'm breaking a
Yes.
lock, not like subtle at
yeah.
all. Very like bang bang, you know what I mean? And people would just walk past and be like, "Oh, okay, whatever." And then they sent like a white woman. People would help.
Yes.
They'd be like, "Yo, hold on, you're doing that wrong. Hold on. Let me get that for you. Let me,
Ma'am.
yeah, just and then at some point, someone to even like push it. Someone was like, "Oh, is this your bike?"
Yeah.
And she was like, "No." And they're like, and they just giggled. They were like, "All right."
Always having a fun Sunday.
Yeah. And then they sent like black teenagers to go and do it. Yo,
Minute.
while they were just like standing there, people were like, hey, what are you doing? What are you
Right.
doing? And they were like, no, my bike, I lost the key. They're like, no, I'm calling the cops. No, hey.
Crazy.
Then they would even like pull out the key and be like, no, they're like, no, I'm calling the cops, And that's small. It's not a paper.
Yep.
Yes.
It's not a newspaper article. It's not. But the one thing you saw from the people who were watching was they were just like, damn.
Yeah.
And I think the thing that was interesting about it, and you said something about this in a conversation we had, is it allowed people to observe it in a non-judgmental way. So it wasn't them saying like, you white guys, you have, look at your privilege. No, you could just use your own language in your own head to see the world and come to your conclusion. And I think that's what you're doing is genuinely, you made me laugh, definitely. But you made me think of restaurants differently. You made me think of reality differently. You made me think of influence differently. I was like, oh, damn, you gotta, you know what I mean? But I appreciate it. I'm excited to see what you come up with. Thank you for joining us. This was amazing. I love it.
Thank you very
Fakenham
much.
and find out. That's what you're doing.
Find out. That is going to be, I tell you, on the sign. Fakenham and find out.
Yeah,
Never
that's
know
exactly
the
what
hell.
it is.
And then as you
If I
leave
achieve
Fakenham, it will
one
say,
thing in America, that's good enough for me.
and as you leave Fakenham, it will say, did you?
Oh, no. They did. I tell you.
2 miles down. He did.
They did.
Oh, man, Oobah, thanks for joining us.
Thank you very
This
much.
was really great.
Cheers.
I loved it. Enjoy New York.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching the episode. If you enjoyed it, pass it on to a friend. If you didn't enjoy it, pass it on to your friend still. Let them suffer for a change. And don't forget to engage with us in the comments. If you want to suggest a guest, maybe there's questions you want, maybe there's ideas that you have, you can chat to us. We will read through the comments and we'll get into it. Either way, I appreciate you taking the time. Thank you for hanging out with us on What Now? And remember, we do this for you, so we would like to hear from you. Till next time, thank you.